I tell them you can't get like me, yo man, ain't shit like me. Pack strong, hit like me, broke, can't sit by me. Gang, gang, beside me, we ride till we D.I.E. Bang, bang, don't try me, that fire always be by me. You can't get like me, yo man, ain't shit like me. Pack strong, hit like me, broke, can't sit by me. Gang, gang, beside me, we ride till we D.I.E. I'm gassed up, ignite me, my cash up, too lit, I be up. I'm a type of nigga that says shit straight. I never did hate, that's a bitch nigga trait. By any means, baby, I'ma get to the cake. I been a real nigga, so it ain't for debate. Beefing with me, get you hit with a stake. She left you for me, saying you the mistake. I can't be replaced. No, saving what hoes? Do you see me with a cape? I hustle from sun up to sundown. If a hater run up, he get walked down. We be up in that stick on who talk down. Reaching for my shit, 5-5. I be putting in work, I don't clock out. Talking dirty, you niggas get mouthed out. Shout it like how I kick it like Kung Lao. Cause these niggas be chicken, compound. I ain't wanna do it, but have to. I'm the shit like I live in the bathroom. Pull up, eat it and dip, she fast food. Girl, let me show you what this cash do. I'm going nuts like the cashews. My name in they mouth with a bad mood. Not a brokey, I go with a cash move. I'ma set this shit off if I have to. Hey, niggas ain't built like me.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Musically Zone Talks Boxing. We back again. And as always, whew, something's popping off that shouldn't be popping off. But Musically Zone Talks Boxing. This episode comes to you by HW Weeks Handcrafted Candles. Their motto is to relax and enjoy. We also come to you by Block Family, created on Marlowe's Corner. And also by the Track Titans, in which case our music and our tracks come from. And if you're looking for some intro or some outro tracks or some tracks to go through your video, holler at us. Work something out. Now, what can I say? What can I say? What can I say? We're this close to fights popping off. I mean, like, they right there. Right there. I mean, it's like Ice Cube said in Friday. It was right in the palm of my hand. Smokey said, Anyway, I'm going to sit back for a hot second because I just got to let this run through my mind. See if I can get a few people to come on in here and discuss the situation that seems to be popping off, and that is Riyadh season has just gotten one fight less exciting. One of the big fights, no need to say is in danger. It's over. It's not taking place. It's not going to happen. Sad to say. Shakur and Floyd look like the fight is off. Looks like the fight is off. We were just talking about Kid Austin. If he was going to be able to live up to what he needed to in order to take this fight to Shakur. Able to go in there and relieve Shakur of his belts. Right now, I'm just at a loss of words. But there it is. It's being reported. That Floyd Schofield off Riyadh card. Shakur Stevenson's side issues warning on poisoning claim. Well, looks like they have succeeded in turning the sport that we love into a giant soap opera. We got allegations of moles and counts. This ain't the first time, because we heard about that in other fights. We got somebody in your camp letting us know what you got going on, what you're doing. People flattening people's tires, calling the police on them, missing pages to passports. It goes on and on and on. And I want to dive deeply into it. But before we get started, I'm gonna break the ice, get some music rolling. While I wait for some people to fall in for a second before I just start tearing into it and asking questions. And y'all can catch me later and let me know what you think if you don't come in fast enough. But right now, whenever something goes wrong and haters get to hating on you, I just keep moving.
I don't worry about no problems, there's no problems worrying me. I don't need no ticket on my windows that they ready to see. I keep moving, always keep these people in your sight. I keep moving, you never know who's wrong or who's right. I don't worry about no problems, there's no problems worrying me. I don't need no ticket on my windows that they ready to see. I keep moving, always keep your eyes on the prize. I keep moving, you never know who's truly on your side. I'm a rich, old, dead white boys. You know the dead ones get stacked up when you walk into a strip club. Tossing up watch, hoes act up. Niggas look strange, I know a strange back. You got a problem, you don't really want that. That alcohol got you thinking. You walked in, don't make me disprove that. Now I'm trying to let you make it, my nigga, just let it be. But that devil off up in you, so you gon' come fuck with me. Now I can make it home and you might not let that be new scripture. If you cross the line, I can guarantee that I'll let that be hit you. I don't worry about no problems, there's no problem worrying me. I don't need no tint on my windows that they're ready to see. I keep moving, always keep these people in your sight. I keep moving, you never know who's wrong or who's right. I don't worry about no problems, there's no problems worrying me. I don't need no tint on my windows that they're ready to see. I keep moving, always keep your eyes on the prize. I keep moving, you never know who's truly on your side.
I keep on moving like soul to soul, penetrate your mind, let your conscience flow like water from the aquifer. Look within your ocular and see your tendencies. For the Hennessy, take a sip. Lyrical clip full of hollow tip. Got a mic with a firm grip when I spit. Have brothers documental shit.
Niggas killing me with the smoke shit that you hear. Ability to stick with clarity, it's so unclear.
But I'ma need you to step your game up, cause if not, you a trump, that's a lame duck. I'ma call you superhead cause the game sucks. Keep it moving in your name truck. Run.
Worry about no problems, there's no problem worrying me. I don't need no tears up on my windows that they're ready to see. I keep moving, always keep these people in your sight. I keep moving, you never know who's wrong or who's right. I don't worry about no problems, there's no problems worrying me. I don't need no tears up on my windows that they're ready to see. I keep moving, always keep your eyes on the prize. I keep moving, you never know who's truly on your side.
I said,
Niggas killing me with the smoke shit that you hear. Ability to stick with clarity, it's so
I
unclear.
said, niggas be talking crazy, hold up, don't make them wait. I don't chase after hoes, I really maintain, okay, let's get that straight. Nah, back to the grill, when the niggas got beat, yes man, gon' bring your steak. By the time you realize we got a problem, then it's too late.
I don't worry about no problems, there's no problem worrying me.
Well, truth be told, been a lot of talk about this fight. A lot of talk. The Schofields have been, talking like it was going down. You know, the break your nose talk and the break your jaw talk. And he's not ready for what I'm bringing talk. You know, all the hoopla before a fight. You know, it was dressing up to seem like a great saga was about to unfold. The Schofields speaking about all the mishaps that was taking place prior to getting to where he needed to be. You know, problems with the passport. Like I said, you know, his passport page got tore out or what have you. They said that the tires had been slashed. Said that the police had been called on them. They had been set up with dope in the car. Had the police show up with guns drawn and everything. And now we get right around the corner, 4 days away from fight night. 4 days. Well, 3 now because today is over with and we into the night, evening, however you want to read it. And, you know, the picture speaks for itself. Fight with Schofield, Kid Austin, and Shakur is at this moment off, toast, done, gone. Now, I'm just waiting to see how this is going to unfold. a stage has been set. I wouldn't have looked at it, looked forward to being set for such a calamity that's about to pop off. But the stage has been set. There was a lot of blame going on and finger pointing, pretty much from the Schofields with all the bad luck that seemed to be hitting them when it comes to the training camp and what have you. And now for Floyd to come up sick, and from what I'm understanding, his dad is pretty much blame Shakur Stevenson's campside, Shakur himself, of poisoning. And as you can see in the reported title, in the report up on the screen, it says Stevenson's side issues warning on poisoning claims. Now, could that mean that they could end up in court for defamation? Possibly. Don't know, though. What I do need to know is, man, you've been over there, what? Last time I seen you in the video speaking about being in Riyadh, and I think it was with Radio Raheem. I think that's who you were talking to. You had said you was in Riyadh about 3.5 to 4 weeks. 3.5 to 4 weeks, that's a pretty good amount of time to be somewhere. And if you would think that you were gonna get sick off of the cuisine or something like that, that would have happened much sooner than later. You would think. I would think, one would think. But it didn't pop off like that. What we got going on is a full blown disappointment. Now all of a sudden, Kid Austin is sick. Now I don't know what to say about it except, damn, I'm taking it back. If I would have thought anything with all the complaints and talking about Shakur's hands and him failing strength tests and his hands looking brittle and just the different things like that, I was looking forward to, if something was going to be said, maybe Shakur would have ended up with a hand injury. I guess for Kid Austin to come up sick though, and right on the tail end of it, quickly, a rumor is passed out, and you would only have to say that you have to believe that the rumor starting from the Schofield side, especially if the Stevenson camp, Stevenson people, Shakur himself are being accused of the reasoning that Schofield is sick off of food poisoning, if that's what it is. I believe that's what the claim is. That's what's being stated. I really don't know how to come at this. Some people would say it's weaker than well water. It's an excuse. If the man wasn't ready with his skills, he should have postponed or something like that. I don't know. It can be so much said. It will be so much said. And I don't want to throw a rock into the pond without really having a full understanding of everything. But what I can say is, at this moment right now, we are not getting the fight with Shakur and Kid Austin. We're not going to get a chance to see if he'll be able to overcome this situation. Trey X in the building. Salute. I got you, bro. I got you. Do your thing. Do your thing. Right now, the only thing I can say is it's going to be a lot of rumors come out, a lot of ideas, a lot of opinions about what went wrong, what could be wrong, what might be going wrong with Floyd Schofield, how he got sick. I'm sure everybody will have something to say. Should have been watching what he ate, who he got food from, who he got drink from, whatever. But like I said in the beginning, and I'm sure some other people will touch on it, the last interview I saw, like I said, he's been over there, from his words, 3.5 to 4 weeks already, depending on how old that video was. And I think it was pretty fresh. Or should I say pretty recent, with the dude, Radio Raheem. I can't remember who he represents, but I do know him. The guy that Wilder went off on with till this day. That guy. But yeah, Schofield was say he had been there for pretty much a month. Like I said, you know, with that much time under your belt, getting sick off of the cuisine is just, you know, a little weird. I'm not saying it can't happen or anything like that, but I would think that if you're over there eating and doing things, you kind of know what you're intaking, especially you've been there a month. I got to keep saying he's been there a month. I got to keep keep stating that. La La D in the building. What's going on, sis? Tell me what you think about this Schofield Stevenson fight getting called off because Schofield's sick. You know, been there for a month pretty much. You would think that one would know safe place to get your food and drink and what have you. Let me know what you think about the so-called rumor that's floating around that already Schofield's dad, I believe, has already pumped out the idea that Shakur and his people are behind it. I'm going to just say Shakur and not put his people behind it. That way I don't have to use so many words to get it out. That Shakur and his people are behind it. I think that shaky ground and just open your mouth and come out like that. She said he's sick of lying to himself about getting his ass beat. Dang, sis. You think you saying that the man might have a yellow streak? You saying that this sickness could be because he been lying the whole time? The sparring session that he swore kind of looked and went his way didn't really go like that. That's a possibility. It's a strong possibility. It's one to be explored because right now, you know, I was still thinking about we gonna break your nose and we gonna break your jaw kind of talk from the Schofields to Shakur. You know, that's what I was looking to see if they was gonna come in and try to capitalize off of that. You know what I'm saying? To come in and capitalize off of that, but right now, I'm just waiting to see what's going to be said and how it's going to be broke down. Or how'd you get sick? Or what do you think you got sick from? Was it water? Did you drink some water that was spiked? No pun intended. You know what I'm saying? Or did your trainer do something? Or who did you let be around that you weren't used to seeing their face? You know, all these kind of questions are about to come up. Because you just screwed off a fight. Oh, you know what? Before I just go off the deep end, maybe he really is sick. Maybe by some ill fate, he got the wrong plate or got something that might have been a little old past the expiration date. Maybe somebody wasn't doing their job that day and you know, he got a hold of some bad as gefilte fish. Maybe that's what's turning on his stomach. MZ, 2 fighters have backed out of Shakur fights, or maybe more. I know Frank Martin and Kid Austin, those two for sure. Yeah, Frank Martin was supposed to fight him earlier and he pulled out, and Shakur called him the biggest B word in boxing. I think that's what he said. You think, hell, people pulling out of fights like that with him, maybe he liked that. Maybe the bad performance that we saw where people thought he was running and everything like that, maybe he was really injured. Maybe his hands was hurt and he couldn't put it down like he wanted to. But for whatever reason, as of right now, you are correct. 2 fighters have pulled out of fights with him, back to back. Wasn't he supposed to fight Zepeda? And that fight fell through, and that's how Kid Austin ended up getting into this fight. So I guess if you really want to be keeping score, that would be 3 fighters. That would be 3 fighters. What could make a man get all packed up, fly over to another country, unpack, get into the hotel, start working out and training for practically a month. And then right before fight night, 4 nights prior, You come down with an illness. I think one of the interviews that I was hearing, the reports I was hearing, they were saying that was the reason that he didn't show up to the grand arrivals, because he wasn't feeling well, under the weather, stomach hurt. Remember when you used to get in trouble with school or get in trouble anywhere, and your mom or your dad would be like, when we get home, whoop your ass? And from the moment they say, when we get home, you're going to get a whooping, your stomach start hurting, you don't want nothing to eat, you don't want to play, you just got a boo-boo. That's how you feel, your stomach. My stomach hurt. I think I got a boo-boo. Maybe Kid Austin got the cases. The bad stomach, I got the boo-boo. Don't bother me right now. Maybe that's what's ailing this young man. We was giving all these props, saying, man, this is a great thing for boxing. Youngsters are gonna go into the ring, giving up their O's. Propping Shakur up, saying this is a great move. You're gonna see two young fighters. Shakur giving a youngster a chance. We were applauding it. Where the heck is my? I know I ain't lose that. We were applauding. He say, MZ, I think when you have a fighter with a lot of power like Tank, a fighter will still give himself a puncher's chance. But when a fighter has an impeccable defense, it's extremely intimidating, in my opinion. Well, I don't know, Lala. Because I got to go by what the Schofields were saying. Right now, we can't give them no help. We got to go ahead and say what it is and how it should be. And from what I understand, the Schofields weren't worried about this impeccable defense from the baby world beater, who was also an Olympian. They weren't worried about if he could slip and dodge. They was pretty much talking like they weren't going to let him do that. They were talking like they were going to be on him like a hungry, starving man on a Christmas hen. Like stank on boo-boo. Like flies around that musty friend that you got that you be hating come around, but he part of somebody's kinfolk, so they always let him show up like that. This man talked, his dad talked, and I heard Kid Austin every once in a while, because he don't really do a lot of talking on the platforms, which is the internet. But he has got on there and said some things. Started doing his rounds on interviews, talking about, saying this. I even saw him say Shakur was a little ignorant. And, he was, I don't want to disrespect the guy, and blah, blah, this and blah, blah, that. But right now, I'm just trying to figure out, since they felt like they weren't scared of this. And trust me, Lala, I get what you're saying, because, I've always said if it went down to it after all of the fighters that we liked at that young, at that lightweight fought, I was always saying that I thought that Tank and the baby world beater would be the last two standing. I've always said that. So, I like Shakur. That's my guy, baby world beater. But what I'm trying to understand is because the Schofields was talking like the defense they weren't worried about that. Shakur got a good jab. They wasn't worried about that. Not worried about the fact that he could fight in close. Wasn't worried about that. They pretty much made it seem like there was nothing about Shakur Stevenson that they had to worry about. Now I see Hyphen came in the building and he said, they say everything except let's fight Shakur. And when they do say let's fight Shakur, it seems like once it's all said and done, they say it and then all of a sudden something happened. It's almost like, yeah, let's fight. Okay then, the gate open, come on, let's go. We ready to fight. Oh man, I was just playing. I ain't really serious. I'm starting to get those kind of vibes. I really am, because I want to know. And I at the chance of sounding like a hater, how the hell you get sick right before the fight? Answer me that. What did you eat? You over there trying stuff that you ain't never tried before? This ain't the time for that. You went to the restaurant and you saw something. Oh, I'm gonna try that, and you ain't never had it before. Don't know how it's gonna sit on your stomach. Might have been a little too rich. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here at the reason of I'm not gonna get to see the baby world beater go against Kid Schofield, a fight that the Schofields have hyped themselves up quite well. Talked their way right into a good fight, and now possibly the biggest fight in your career because you were getting the chance to go after a belt, not against some old broke down weak champion. You were going against Shakur Stevenson, an Olympian, a champion in more than one weight division. You know, he's a multi-champion. You were getting ready to go against that. Imagine that being a scalp on your wall. I got Shakur Stevenson. But no, some kind of way, some kind of magical way, it just slipped through your hand. You know what I'm saying? Some kind of magical way it just slipped through your hands and everything. I couldn't go through and take that ass whooping and 900K secure the boogeyman. Are you saying that Floyd Schofield was only gonna get $900,000? Is that what you're saying? Just $900,000 to go all the way to Riyadh? It is some pretty hefty names on there, but you think 900,000 was what he was getting? I don't know. You know that I don't know. Not too far from a meal. Maybe all of a sudden he got the Norman syndrome, like the Normans did, and said that he wanted to walk away with $1 million after taxes. I'm just spitballing here. I don't know. I'm just spitballing. So, you know, I don't know what they got. All I want to know is what he got on his stomach to make him not be able to show up to the fight this Saturday. That's what I want to know. I want to know where he got sick at. What he got sick off of. Is it a doctor's report? Other than the British Boxing Council? Who is that? Who they said he was sick? Or got the bad stomach ache? Is that who it is? Because usually, you know, like I just said, when your mom and your dad say you're going to get a whooping on your way home, your stomach start hurting, you know, you got a boo-boo. Or when you in school, and that cat talking about after school, it's me and you. Dun, dun, dun. Your stomach start hurting. You got a boo-boo. You, this the only day you in school wishing that 3 o'clock didn't come as fast as it was coming. It seemed like it just speeded on through. And maybe the 22nd looked like it was speeding on through a little too fast, and all of a sudden, somebody fell ill, started having the sweats. Maybe some nightmares, night terrors about losing, about going out there and underperforming. Possibly, maybe getting stopped. I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff out there because I can't believe this. It's, you know, I guess I should believe it because this is not the first time that a fight that we thought was going to make it came right around the corner and looked like we on the home stretch. Oh, they opening up now. They running hard trying to get to the finish line, and then bam. All of a sudden something happened where you say, we're not getting the fight. Huh? What? You say, watch your mouth when you speak on the Normans. You see what happened this weekend to that last YouTuber that spoke foul about them. Look, man, I'm just saying. It's not speaking foul when they actually did it. And they actually said they wanted $1 million after taxes. So if that upset somebody, too bad, because that's their words, not mine. But yeah, I seen what he did. And I'm still saying that maybe he got the Norman syndrome and decided he wanted $1 million after taxes. 900,000 ain't far from $1 million. Y'all could have went on that little extra push. I don't know. But I'm sure the experts will figure it out over time, and somebody will come and let us know. They said Shakur's masseuse rubbed cream on Floyd. What kind of... I almost feel like I got a sneeze, but it don't want to come out. What kind of cream? Did he do it Bernard Hopkins like when we was watching him and Tank and Rolly fight? I mean not Rolly, Ryan. Why is his masseuse rubbing on Floyd anyway? Floyd ain't got his own masseuse. Just a question. Shakur being so nice. Hey Floyd, look like you a little tight. Borrow my masseuse. Use some of this special cream that she got. Help you relax better. Take that kink right out your muscle. I don't know. But that would be a question that I would have to ask. Why is Shakur's masseuse rubbing cream on Floyd? Who put that out anyway? That sound crazy. That sound real crazy. That guy that fought Jake and Logan Paul. Which one? A dude got KO'd and carried out the stretcher ringside up like a statue. Hope they don't walk him past his wife. You talking about the KSI dude? That's the first dude that I think started fighting him. I don't really know all the people that fought Jake Paul. I definitely missed that one. But shoot. Come on, man. I don't know. Cream made him sick. Lies, lies, lies. His zesty dad put it out. Oh, okay. Okay, so that's where it came from. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, all the bad stories and all the things that are supposedly have been happening have mainly come from Floyd's dad. All the stories and everything like that. And here's a quick note, seeing that all the stories coming from Floyd's dad. That ASAP Rocky trial where he was carrying the fake gun to protect himself from maybe some people that was trying to do something to him to scare him away, where he was found not guilty. Anyway, back to the situation of us not getting the fight. Yeah, all the stories that I've heard put out so far about the slash tires, the police and all this, which the police thing, he claims to have police reports and stuff like that to prove what he's talking about. So I won't harp on that too much. But as far as everything else, him being sick and the Stevenson's camp are the ones that's responsible. It seems like all that's coming from Schofield's dad. I hope he's not like the little boy that cried wolf and just trying to keep his son's name hot, because right now, your name gonna be warm for sure for a little while, because people want to know what the hell happened. Did you get scared? Are you nervous? Is Shakur a boogeyman to you? You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm starting to believe that there's possibilities that the story that Shakur is telling about when y'all sparred, you was in awe and you said he was the best thing you had ever seen, and you just was loving him. Maybe that's true. And like Lala D said, we got closer to the fight and you just got tired of lying to yourself. Lying to the people that you can beat him. Maybe you don't believe you can beat him. Maybe you don't believe that you're athletic enough. Maybe you don't believe your heart is as pumping as majorly as you try to make us believe. I don't know. Trying to figure it out. But you not being able to make it to the ring because your tummy hurt because you ate something bad, some bad gefilte fish, or ain't that what Chris Tucker be saying in Rush Hour? Gefilte fish. Gefilte. He was messing it up. Like Ray Gibson said to Claude, soft. S-O-F-T. We back on that. Because right now, somebody seemed a little nervous. Y'all did too much talking, too much high riding, too much we gonna do this, too much we gonna do that, just for your ass to get out, get way over there and get sick. You could have got sick at home. You could have got sick at home. He wasted a lot of time and money. He didn't just waste your fighter's time and money. He messed off getting over there, like you said, all this effort and resources for nothing. True. You really made it seem like the last thing that would stop you from fighting was nothing. You was gonna make a way to make that fight. Your passport came up missing. You assured us that you was gonna still get there. No way you was not gonna fight Shakur Stevenson. Except for your stomach might start hurting 4 days before the fight. Hell, you must be like, I'm gonna be real. You like close to on the deathbed or something? Cause I probably would have been like, you got a game. My stomach discomfortable a little bit today. Maybe tomorrow I feel better. I would at least told them, hey, have somebody on standby, but let me ride it out for a couple of days and see what happens. If you're really sick, if you really want to fight, you might be a little dehydrated or something, but they got stuff for that. Drink up, drink plenty of liquids, keep yourself together if you got the loose stomach or what have you, if it's coming up the other way and you keep calling Earl, whatever. Where's that warrior at? We 4 days out, It's been a lot of times that people didn't feel good today, and then tomorrow they feel great. Or maybe they don't feel today or tomorrow, but the day after that they feel great and ready to go. Hell, Michael Jordan had a flu game, remember? People be sick and go out there and go ape wild. So for them to say that he can't fight, he must really be sick, y'all. We can't talk about him like that. We got to go on and give him a pass and say, maybe he really sick. His stomach just hurting so bad and he can't keep nothing down. He can't even drink water. It's just terrible, y'all. It's just terrible. It's just terrible. I don't know. I don't know. So here's the question now. Who is Shakur going to get to fight? Who's next up to bat? Because it seems like Shakur might have something going. He's scared off Frank Martin. The Zepeda fight fell through. Don't know why. And now here we go with Kid Austin, who all of a sudden is sick. We know Frank was supposed to have been ready to go. Then all of a sudden, I think they said it wasn't enough money for Frank. I don't know why Frank didn't go ahead and carry on with the fight. But, it is what it is. So it might be a De La Hoya duck move. We know how he do Virgil Ortiz, Zepeda Floyd. He hesitant about his guys getting beat. Oh, man, I would think he would be over that by now, going out there and let, make the money. Shit. If he lose, you getting paid. If he win, you still getting paid. Something got to happen. Something got to happen. You know what I'm saying? But, maybe you're right. Maybe someone, D-Lo 404 Boxing slid on into the building. What's going on, D-Lo? Glad to see you making it. I'm hot today. I was on early this morning. I'm on again tonight. They're giving me something to talk about. Somebody help me understand what the hell could have happened with my boy right here who gave him the bad spaghetti. Where'd he get the bad spaghetti from? I guess, excuse me. The replacement opponent would have to be in Saudi right now. Do they have somebody over there right now that they can plug in for Shakur to fight? That's ready to go? Are they thinking like that? Or did they think like I was thinking, this fight is made. We ain't got nothing to worry about. I hope somebody was thinking far enough ahead to say, hey, just in case somebody gets sick or trip and hurt their ankle or catch a migraine like Scottie Pippen did in the games, something. We'd be ready for it. We could plug somebody else in. Who is the plug in? Who's the plug? Who we getting? Lala D says Shakur and Keyshawn. F that brother stuff. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that brother shish. Y'all ain't blood brothers. Y'all can fight. I feel you, Lala. I feel you 1,000%. Oh, my brother Trey Exton slid into the building. The door is open, man. Come on in.
Salute. Salute. What's going down, man? Salute to the chat. Yeah, man, I'm disappointed as a motherfucker to hear that we ain't about to get this fight. But at the same time, it's a testament to how strong the card is, because it's still a very appealing card, especially at the price point. I feel like I kind of played a part in the jankiness of the shit because I paid for the fight already. Most of the
I don't know what happened, but right after I paid for the fight already, most of them, and you disappeared just
My
like
bad.
that.
You already know I gotta go change my settings and shit, man. Can you hear me
I
now?
feel you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, but I was gonna say right before. Normally, I don't purchase the fight until right before, but this time I decided to purchase it early, and now we ain't getting the Shakur Stevenson versus Flores Schofield fight. So I kind of felt like I put a little bit of jankiness on the situation by doing that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm disappointed, man. I can't lie though, man. It's something about our black Texas fighters, man. It's just something about the motherfuckers that's janky. It's hard to just locate one and just they 100% solid. It seems like it's always some bullshit going on with each one of them on some level. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say that, but that's just what I've noticed. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I look at Earl Spence, he was like a spoiled brat type motherfucker, living in the suburbs. His dad got to pay him to train with Derek James because he don't want to work with him. He pouting about that shit. Then he wasn't solid later on with Derek James as far as the money. Uh, Side of the street bullshit that Napoleon was talking about. And a lot of people for a long time went out there and embarrassed us, got his ass hugged the fuck out. If I look at the Charlos, Jamal Charlo went crazy, didn't reach his full potential, bullshitting on some other shit. I don't even know what all he got going on, but I know the motherfucker ain't in the ring winning championships, even though he's still undefeated. His brother was the shining star because he was fighting anybody, get out there with anybody. But then he went out there with Canelo and ran like a sissy all night. Didn't even engage, didn't even try to win the motherfucking fight. I got this dude, Kid Austin, right here. You know, he got us all excited. You know, a youngster that want to put it all on the line early. He got he ain't afraid to let it go, like Keith Thurman say. And got us all worked up over a big card, super card. Now the motherfucker ain't gonna fight, and they talking about he done got poisoned. I would take it a lot more seriously if he said like some real sounding shit, like he got the flu or something. You know what I'm saying? You know how it is when you're changing destinations and they got different type of germs that your immune system ain't used to. So anything can happen. I can't take that off the table. And at the same time, it seemed like theoretically, if your immune system would probably be the most compromised when you couldn't wait, trying to make weight and shit. So that would make more sense to me. But if the first thing you say is that he got poisoned, like he immediately want to come with some conspiracy shit, that make me not take you seriously. You already act feminine. People already say you look like that dude Shamar. You already people call you auntie and shit. And now y'all coming with some conspiracy shit out the gate. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, our black Texas fighters got to show us something, man. I mean, right now, I can't even talk about the Mexicans. What? Bam Rodriguez. What the fuck I'm gonna say about him?
He
We
kicking
got
ass.
even Virgil Ortiz. Virgil Ortiz just fought Serhii Boachuk, and now he about to fight Israel Madrimov in Riyadh. What am I gonna say about him? I know he be having some bullshit too, though. Now that I think about it, you know, but I don't know how sincere they are about his health problems. I mean, if he got health problems, he just got health problems, I guess. But since he done been back in the mix, it seems like he's showing us something. So, man, I hate to say that, man, but it just is what it is. But give me a second. Let me go change my settings. I'll be right back.
All right. Well, damn, he would have to bring out we having struggles in Texas. I was thinking about that earlier. That the twins is crazy. Well, one of the twins is crazy. And the other one, you know, just laid down for Canelo. But he felt good because he felt like he didn't get knocked out. Um, the Earl Spence catastrophe. What can I say about that? We got our asses whooped that night horribly. I mean, belt to ass, belt to feet, belt to any part that was open for the belt to hit is what happened that night. But I can't even say you win some, you lose some, because hell, we've been on a losing streak lately. And you can't say nothing about the Mexicans except, hey, they in Texas. You can say that.
I can't lie
But
though, man. I'm leaning towards Madrimov this weekend, though. So I think one of them motherfuckers about to go down. We about to see. I think the Kane been saying the same thing. He got Madrimov for the upset. Even though it ain't just a major upset because the odds are pretty much even. But yeah, I'm looking at Madrimov this weekend. That's a 4.5 going against a 3.5. Well, I guess I'll give him a 4. He fought at the Junior Olympics. I thought he fought at the Olympics. That nigga fought at the Junior Olympics. I'll give him a 4, but I'm rolling with Madrimov. We're gonna see what's up.
I feel that 100%. And just to touch on something real quick, remember the picture of the guy that was a girl that was boxing that we was like, damn, he looked like Mark Lee or something, right? Well, they getting sued. Well, the Olympic people are getting sued criminally and possibly civilly from letting those two fighters participate in the Olympics after they had been told that they weren't supposed to, and they overrode the ruling of the people before them. I can't remember the name of the governing body, but it's going to be some problems with that.
Man, the Olympic committee need their ass whooped, especially for that second one that I posted in Discord. The one that looked like he was from China or something like that. That motherfucker, he ain't even try to look like a girl. He just looked like a straight up boy. He ain't even trying. I said, man, how in the hell did they say that this is a girl? It looks nothing like a girl. It looks just like a boy. Like if you show this picture to somebody, they gonna automatically assume it's a boy, no problems. And this motherfucker went to the Olympics and won gold and everything. Man, that shit crazy. Like the one that everybody know is bad enough. I can't even think of the motherfucking name. Iman Khalif or some shit like that.
Yeah, Iman something.
Yeah, that one was bad in itself, but this one is even worse. I mean, the other motherfucker looked like he at least trying to be a girl. This motherfucker ain't even trying. You know what I'm saying?
We'll come out with 5 o'clock shadow and everything. Look, I'm her. Oh man.
Yeah, winning gold and
throw
shit,
that
man.
out there.
Yeah, the AIBA said, man, these are boys. And the Olympics gonna challenge that shit and say that they wrong. Like, how the fuck y'all gonna say they wrong? Look at these motherfuckers with these broad shoulders and shit. And that's a girl. And this motherfucker right here just look like somebody's son. He look like Jet Li or some motherfucking body boxing. And we supposed to think that's a girl. Like, come on, man. They out of control with that bullshit, man.
You say he look like somebody's son. That's because he is. Shit. Yeah, you look like somebody's son. Well, you know that is my boy. Pulling the weight on us. What was I about to put? Oh, D-Lo said there are a lot of fighters needing to fight. Surely there won't be a shortage of fighters raising their hand for a payday. But they all better be over there in Riyadh right now in order to be able to get in there and get that payday. Have you heard anybody that might be trying to step up to face Shakur to save that fight?
Nah, a lot of time on these big events, they'll have some people on standby, but I haven't heard no specific names though.
See, that's the part.
It ain't gonna be nobody major, man. It's probably be somebody that's tough and keeping shape, like a C+ level fighter, B-, something like that. It ain't gonna be nothing major though.
La D say Trey X. No, this time to say Floyd Schofield is Dominican and Charlos are Louisianans and Spencer's New York. See, nobody is Texas for real. Good point, sis. I roll with that.
Even Earl Spence. Did she say Earl Spence? Because he's from New York.
She said he from New York. So
yeah.
She kind of got us off the hook with that. Way to think outside the box. We wouldn't have thought about that for a minute. We'd have been sitting over here beating ourselves up saying, God damn, Texas taking losses left and right. But all those are adopted children.
Yeah, we need to stop claiming them motherfuckers, though. Square business.
Yeah. Because they making it look bad around here. Bam, they'll probably say, see? Even Mario Barrios is going out there doing this thing.
Yeah, even when he lose, he fight. He ain't gonna go out there and like no Charlo against Canelo. Anybody say they want to fight, he down to scrap. He was getting out there with Olympians and shit. Like on the Earl Spence versus Porter undercard. He fought Ali Akhmedov. They went to war out there too. Shit, I be talking shit about Barrios, but I ain't never called him no punk. I do question his origin into boxing because he went into boxing following behind his sister. So that makes me put him a step behind the natural fighters like a Tank Davis, for example. But he ain't no punk though. You know, he gonna go off in the motherfucking fight.
Yeah, we give him that. So, you know, we claim him and Bam Bam for sure. For sure. And, you know, we might well hold on to
Virgil.
the dude with the square, square head Virgil. We might well hold on. That boy do got a square ass head.
Yeah, we're gonna see what he did
So
this
we doing all
weekend.
right. Well, I picked Madrimov to beat him earlier. So, I picked Madrimov to show up like the Madrimov that, like Chukajan for the second time. I think Madrimov gonna be like, okay, y'all think because it didn't look good with Crawford, that's what it is, and that's not what it is at all.
The thing is, he fought against a southpaw in Crawford. A southpaw that's very tricky, that's gonna make you hesitate, faint you, and all kind of shit. This ain't Virgil Ortiz. Virgil Ortiz is a standard orthodox fighter. He come in with his hands up good, head movement, work off a jab, go to the body with the hook. Got some pretty fast hands though, but that's more customary. That's what you're used to. You know, Crawford is a trickier puzzle. So I'm thinking he gonna be more in his comfort zone against Virgil Ortiz. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna see, man. Virgil ain't no punk. He gonna go in there and fight. Very talented guy. But I saw a little bit against Boachuk. You know, I thought Boachuk gave him a hell of a motherfucking fight. And that's a good fight to grow on. But at the same time, I seen that if somebody punching him back, he ain't quite that same guy. Because you know he was knocking everybody out. Like he had 100% knockout ratio. But he ain't knock out Boachuk. Boachuk was hitting back. And I know Madrimov gonna hit back. So I want to see how that's gonna look. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna go on here, like I said, I'm rolling with Madrimov, man.
I feel that. D-Lo agreed. He said, man, that's an opportunity that he should take. Even sick, unless he's on death's door. That's what I was speaking on. Because I heard you say that, you know, maybe he got sick because, you know, immune system a little weak and everything. But I have to go by what he was saying. He's been over there for like a month. That's you would think that's enough time to get yourself back rolling and everything is good. But I agree with D-Lo. I would be having myself watch, keeping myself on a lot of fluids, because I might feel better in 3 days.
You got to make weight.
Yeah, you got to still make weight, I'm sure.
Yeah, so how you draining fluids? And you got to make weight.
No, I'm saying if he's sick. I'm guessing that if you
exactly,
sick, you throwing
up
sick. and you got you know, you loose.
Bro, you got to make weight. How the fuck you gonna slam fluids and you got to make weight? Think about what you're saying.
See, so you don't dehydrate.
Nigga, it's easy to say that shit if you ain't never had to make weight for a fight. This ain't Michael Jordan in the flu game. Michael Jordan ain't have to weigh in for that game. So I'm with y'all. I want to see the fight. I'm disappointed. But at the same time, I can't say, well, even if you're sick, man, just slam fluids. And nigga, you got to make weight. There ain't a nigga in history that actually made weight and he's slamming fluids. Who the fuck doing that? If you actually had to make weight in your life, you would know that you don't get hardly no fluids. You push the motherfuckers out running and sweating and shit, but you ain't consuming many fluids. As a matter of fact, you're trying to get rid of fluids. Like you'll walk around, like this is what we used to do. We used to chew gum and spit. Like when we was getting ready to make weight, we have our cups, we be at school, we walking around chewing gum and spitting in the cup all fucking day, draining fluids out of our bodies. Sometimes somebody might get an ice cube or something to get some fluids off in you, but for the most part, you ain't putting fluids in your body. So just to say that sound like a person that don't really know shit about boxing. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I'm just being honest. If you saying that a man that got to make weight, all he just need to get on his fluids. Like, how? You know what I'm saying? That shit put weight on
what you're saying.
Yeah, that put weight on you.
Right now, I'm just being salty, like so many other people. God dang, I wanted to see this fight. It was a lot of talk. Got me all amped up and shit, ready to see a fight. Then all of a sudden, your stomach hurt. But I have to understand. I gotta understand. I gotta understand. I guess I don't like it, and I want to know what you got a hold of. I still want to know what have you been doing over there for 4 weeks that you kind of don't realize that you know.
You know, if I was to guess, like if he sincerely want to fight, if he was to start to feel sick after the weigh-in, I think he will go ahead and fight. But if you're getting sick before the weigh-in and this is compromising your ability to make weight, like you're getting sick and your body want to naturally hold on to fluid and shit like that, it's harder to cut this weight. I could see that being a reason to pull out of a fight. You know what I'm saying? It's not just about being sick. It's being sick in conjunction with having to make weight. That's the complication in my mind with this. You know what I'm saying? Because it was before the weigh-in.
I feel you. I feel you. And out of respect, y'all know I don't really be wanting nobody to get just jacked up because of some illness. But right now, I'm just going through. I rarely complain. I think I'm a real light complainer. But this time I feel like I want to complain a little bit because damn, we just right there. It's like we right there. And then this come because I'm looking forward to watching the whole card. You know, I'm all excited, gonna sit down with my brother, talk noise, and all this kind of stuff. And y'all really walked around chewing gum and spitting. I chew gum, my stomach started hurting because it make me hungry.
It make you salivate.
Like a mug.
Yeah, so we salivate and spit the shit out. You know what I'm saying? That was a major thing to help make weight. So that's why I know, like, if you're trying to make weight for the most part, it's gonna be the opposite of what you're talking about. That's why a lot of time when fighters get on the scale, they immediately get on a Pedialyte or something so they can get back some hydration. Motherfuckers are dried out. You dry out when you're making weight. But you got a right to complain, though. You got a right to be disappointed. I mean, we all looking forward to the fight. It's just that we don't have all the facts yet, though. You know, they just broke this story. We don't really know what's going on. So it's kind of hard to hang our hat on nothing because we just talking out of ass for right now. We're gonna have to see what's going on.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I can't lie though. It felt a little good to talk a little early just to vent without knowing the whole scoop, without having to really say, damn, that's fucked up. And I really truly understand. But right now I'm having fun with it. And you're right. D-Lo say, I shouldn't say that. I can't really say that. It's not me getting punched on. You're right, D-Lo. It ain't you getting punched on. And it ain't me either. So I guess we both can hold it back a little bit. He say, man, both of them twins are off their rockers. But they not from Texas, so we don't care. You know what I'm saying? We don't care at all. They just visited. That boy Hyphy said, I respect Virgil for signing up to go night-night. I guess
They got
the
odds makers. Yeah, the odds makers got Virgil as a favorite actually in the fight. I don't think he'll get knocked out though. I don't see either guy getting knocked out. I think this fight goes the distance. We actually got to bet on that shit. We had to lay 4 to 7 odds minus 175 that the fight go the distance. If I would have been thinking though, I should have just waited and made a hedge. I should have took both guys by decision because they both had plus money. One at plus 175, the other one at plus 265. And I should have played it like that, but we would have lost if it was a draw. So just betting the fight go the distance is the most safe play. It just don't pay as much.
It definitely didn't pay for what's his name going out there getting the knockout. Keyshawn, motherfucker. Glad he won, but he still should have just took it to distance.
Well, body shot knockouts are something that's actually kind of rare for the most part. Like most of the time you see a stoppage, it'd be like a referee stoppage, it'd be a TKO. Body shot stoppage is straight KO. And I actually do not hold that against fighters. Like if it's a fighter and I've seen in the past he got stopped by a body shot, I don't even hold it against him because most people when they take liver shots and shit, they ain't getting up. You know what I'm saying? And they happen infrequent enough to where they don't fuck up your money. You know, so I figured if it was gonna be a stoppage in that fight, it would be by body shot.
Well, I'm gonna have to blame somebody, so I'm gonna blame D-Lo, and Duquesne. They called up Terrence Crawford and Bomac and let them know that we had bet on that boy to go the distance. They knew what the hell they was doing. That's why I went over there and told him right out the gate, he ain't got nothing for me. Go and put his ass to sleep then. Let's go home.
Yeah, but he was raggedy anyway though. He had a raggedy,
as you would say, a roach.
Yeah, because when he fought against Navarrete, it was raggedy. I had said that shit when I broke the fight down, the live stream before the fight, because like he beat Navarrete. Don't get me wrong, we actually bet on that fight. We got 6.5 to 1 odds because we took Barinchas by decision, and we was happy to get the win, but it was raggedy. But I thought that his legs would be good enough that maybe he could survive some tough spots against Keyshawn. So I went on ahead and took the decision. Plus his amateur pedigree, but he a little bit different though than other fighters. Like he 36 and he was away from boxing for a while because he actually got locked up and went to the penitentiary when he was a youngster. So them developmental years and shit, he didn't have those. You know what I'm saying? Like if he was a pro at them times instead of being locked up in the penitentiary, that motherfucker might have been a lot smoother out there.
Oh, he was locked up, wouldn't let him out.
Yeah.
What he was doing time for?
They didn't say why. They just said he locked up. And they took him away from boxing for a while.
Oh, okay. Eric Arden slid into the building. Say my top 10 block fan.
To lose. Yeah, niggas kicking ass off in the champ rows. Eric R, he up in like the top 3, top 5 at least, something like that. Yasser, he up in the mix like he been regularly. He really should have won first place last season if he didn't have so much allegiance to Tyson Fury. I'm up in the top 10. I keep on beating myself like usual. I was really supposed to get first place last week. I fucked up on the bonus with the Xander Zayas fight. I should have had that was a KO9 situation, and I took KO6 like a damn fool, overthinking shit. And plus the damn split decision in the Barbosa fight against Catterall. I took an MD when that's a normal SD situation. And I'm over here just going against the grain. So I took 14 points off the board, fucked my shit up. But I was happy to see my partners doing good though. But I'm still in striking range of first place though. I ain't too far behind. I think I'm like 31 points behind first or something. So all it takes is a big week, and I'll be right back in the mix, putting pressure on them niggas.
That's what I like to hear. D-Lo said it really would be selfish to wait until the weigh-in or a day on or a day before the what? It would be selfish to wait until the weigh-in or a day before the before to pull out. Yeah, it would be selfish, but I told you I was acting like a fan, so I really don't care. You know,
I think he responding to what I said.
About
yeah, because I said if it was after the weigh-in and he started feeling sick, I said I think he would fight. So I think he responded to that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he kind of did him a favor though. If you think about it, him pulling out a few days before the fight, they do give him some time to get a replacement opponent and shit. So I guess that is the bright side of the situation. You on mute if you're talking.
Oh crap. Eric R said, do you think this is a similar sickness to Virgil Ortiz when he stayed at 147?
Man, I don't even remember exactly what he had. It sounded like he had some serious shit going on. It sounded like this might be a stomach bug or something. I don't remember. D-Lo probably know what that shit is. I don't even remember.
Yeah, but yeah, this might be some food poisoning. At least that's what they making it seem like. Napoleon Armstrong said he glad he a heavyweight. Forget all that.
Sound good. This nigga 5'9" heavyweight, nigga. Your ass at the disadvantage at heavyweight. You gonna be up there fighting them big 6'5" niggas and you're 5'9". I know where my money going. By stoppage too.
Damn. So you said they just gonna punch down on him.
Yeah, I gotta take. I gotta take them like 6'5" motherfuckers, man.
Who is it? He said, "Oh man." He say, "I get it." I like that we can get a fighter perspective as well. We lucky to have this dynamic. I feel you all the time. He said, I got footage of y'all claiming Earl and the Charlos. Why you bringing up old stuff? That was because we didn't have all the information to be able to conclude and have the right aspects of what was going on. You know, we were short of some information. So yeah, they told us they was from Texas. They forgot to say they was born from somewhere else.
Now we knew, we just didn't give a damn because they was doing the state right.
Whose side you on right now?
The truth.
I'm
You know
trying to
me.
give the case.
You know me, man. I'm on the truth, brother.
It's worse than ASAP Rocky's case with the fake gun. I just can't get over that.
Yeah.
He said that, who was it? I was reading the it started with the dad. It was from D-Lo. D-Lo was saying that I can't find it. But yeah, all the rumors is starting with the dad so far. You heard about the police kicking in, being at the house and putting them in handcuffs and pulling guns on them and then finding the coke in the car. You heard all that part, right?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
And who this involved?
This involving the Schofields.
Nah, I ain't heard nothing about all that.
Yeah, the dad. I listened to the dad let those words flow out of his mouth, talking about being put in handcuffs and having police reports to prove what was going on, tires being slashed. And at that moment, he was pointing the finger at Shakur and everything, because I was like, damn, who weaponizes the police like that? He kind of made it seem like since this fight has been signed by them, little quirky things has been popping off, mishaps and stuff like that. People in the camp really not being on their side, doing spiteful things to mess stuff up. He was laying out a laundry list of stuff.
So
and then,
yeah, paranoia sound like. I mean, this motherfucker that got paranoid and a motherfucker that didn't got the big fight. That's probably why they done pulled out the fight. If I was to bet my money, I'm gonna put my money on his paranoia.
So you wait, but what about the police and the cocaine in the car and the flat tires? That's not paranoia. That's really happening. At least that's what he said was happening. That was really happening.
The police found him with all that shit.
He literally said that their house was they was woke up. They was getting ready to go to practice. They was getting ready to go work out early in the morning, and the police met them. They got a phone call, something about some drugs and all this kind of stuff that they had going on. They was handcuffed. The son was like, that was the first time he had ever had a gun pulled on him. Said they found cocaine and stuff like that. What helped get them out of the situation is because it had happened again prior to that, and he was able to show the police that he had reports and stuff of it happening before.
That's some
They
bullshit.
blame the passport on the so-called spy in the camp. It was a lot of stuff that he said that I started hearing right before this fight, which should have made me think that something was going to happen, because it sounded like some kind of crap was bubbling over. Then you start hearing the issues about Shakur hands not looking good. I heard Tank's coach, the one with the beard, I was saying his name the other day and now I can't even think of it. The dude with the beard just always talking. He was saying that he was taken back, saying that Shakur had to fight, then all of a sudden he was hurt. He was like, he take all that back because the boy hands look bad. It was just a lot of stuff that was swirling around the fight. I guess the universe was trying to say, this fight ain't happening, y'all. Just missed all the signs.
Let's go back. They found dope on these people.
That's
and
what
they
he
didn't go
said.
to jail?
That's what he said. I was like, did you snitch on somebody? But that's what he said.
Bro, what I just heard you say is the man said that they didn't go to jail because he had proof that this happened to them before. The police don't give a fuck.
You heard me say that.
Yeah, the police don't give a fuck what happened to you last week or a month ago. Nigga, if they find dope on you, you going to jail. So that means, so you mean to tell me that the police found dope on them twice and they ain't go to jail?
I mean to tell you that the man was telling the story and those are the words that he used. I ain't making up none of that. I'm just saying what he said. And I'm just letting you know this is what was coming out. Cause I was complaining about it, saying, who would do that to a person? Who would weaponize the police like that? Is it really that serious? Y'all fighting, you could be like your girl, I'll take your girl like Adrian Broner did to Paulie, but you ain't gotta call the police on nobody. I'm just going by off of the information that they have put out. None of this stuff is fabricated in my mind. I literally listened to this man in an interview talking and saying those words. He
Yeah,
said
that I'm not buying that at all. I can't see no police officer letting you make it with no motherfucking cocaine. You ain't go to jail. If he went to jail, okay, I understand. Like what the fuck's going on? But you didn't go to jail for cocaine? We ain't talking about no weed. Like I actually got caught with some weed and the police pulled the shit out. Told me and my friend take our dumb asses to school tomorrow. But cocaine, my brother? Hell nah. That's some bullshit. That gotta be bullshit, bro. That don't make sense to me, my nigga.
While he was telling the story, I was hearing that song, Cocaina, Cocaina, it's the family. I was hearing that while he was talking because he was so dramatic with it.
Yeah, I just can't see that. Sound like a lie. Them motherfuckers having shared delusions. If they both say the same thing, that motherfucker sound like a paranoid schizophrenic or something, making up shit. Like,
but the son show came out while the dad was saying the son said that's the first time I ever had a gun pointed at me. And then the dad repeated what he said. I'm trying to remember who was interviewing it. I think it was the boxing voice dude, that Ness guy. I think it was them. And they had called him on the phone. Yeah, I think that is the interview. They had called him on the phone and he came on. It was kind of dark then, the ceiling fan was showing. Then the dad started talking. And he just started breaking down what was going on. All of a sudden, he just opened up like a water fountain and just started pouring out the information.
yeah, they full of shit. I'm having a hard time believing that, bro. Like, I just can't get past that one fact in the story.
Like the police letting you make it.
Yeah, with cocaine. Did they say how much cocaine?
He did not elaborate on how much. And to be honest, he might come back and tell the story again and add that they did go to jail and got out. But as far as what I understand, the way he was making it seem, they made the phone call that he had the proof. The cuffs came off, and usually, if the cuffs come off, you don't go to jail. You know what I'm saying?
Cuffs ain't coming off.
Yeah, exactly. So if the cuffs came off, if the cuffs come off, you ain't going. But how many times you ever seen the cuffs actually come off?
Exactly.
Hell, the cuffs fell on me by accident one time and didn't come off. So I know it's hard to get them off.
What you doing? Getting freaky with your wife? How the fuck some cuffs go accidentally go on?
Well, see what happened was. Yeah, good catch. There's too many people ain't swift on it. But yeah, it was an accident. It was an accident. It was. So, moving right along. Yeah, that's the stuff that he was saying. The tires were slashed. The tires were slashed. Hey, they might even got some bad phone calls with somebody breathing hard. I don't know. But the man said that the police showed up. Cocaine was involved. They had put on the handcuffs. He had proof. He could prove that it had happened again. He made it quite believable. Except
for it sound believable except for the real world. If he seemed like he seemed like a square type motherfucker or something. Maybe a square motherfucker might believe that. But nah, I don't believe that. Shit, I come from a long line of cocaine dealers in my family. Motherfuckers was locked up until I was in my 30s. I ain't like I had uncles and shit selling dope. I can't believe that for nothing. 2 times, man. One time,
Twice.
if you just come with a great, amazing story, maybe I could see 1 time, maybe, but twice, no, I can't see that. You can tell that bullshit to somebody else. I see Chan Ross in the building. Salute, bro. What's going down, man?
Salute to you, Champ Ross. Oh, there you go, right there. He say Schofield Sr. should be ashamed of himself. Well, I'm just telling you, this is what I heard. This is what I heard. It is. That boy D-Lo say Mama Schofield and worried his son sick. Sick. Just got that boy nervous over there. Just nervous. Scared to come out the room. Probably don't see him until after the Riyadh card is over. Now, it'd be messed up to show up at the fights. All of a sudden, you feel better. You can pissed away 900,000 if that's what they paying you. I'm just saying that's the number that they threw up in the chat. So I'm running with it. Eric also say I don't see Shakur going through all these lengths to keep from fighting the prospect. They need to get the money right if they going through all this. I haven't heard nobody complain about money. All I heard them complaining about is dirty tactics and steadily trying to blame it on the Shakur camp. If not so directly saying they did it, he made it seem like you know who he talking about. Heck, that's the best that's the best way for me to put it. Since we have gotten close to this fight popping off, the more dramatic it seemed like things started getting with the Schofields. Dare I say. And then all of a sudden, like clockwork, 4 days out, here they come. His boy's stomach hurt. Hurt bad too.
First thing that came to my mind when I had seen that shit really was like maybe they was thinking like we in a season where motherfuckers that's young embarking biting off more they can chew. Cause I'm even seeing like, I got my pedigree scale, but experience definitely closes the gap and it might even give you the advantage. Cause we've been seeing this shit a lot. Like we look at the Benjamin Whitaker, Ben Whitaker. He went out there and fought that experienced guy, a motherfucker that had like 6 losses, but he ain't never been stopped. He over there fighting for the British championships and all that kind of shit, the regional stuff they got going on over there. But a lot of experience. He went off of there and gave Ben Whitaker all kind of smoke. And it ended up being a draw, but shit, a lot of people had that dude winning the fight. We look at that dude, Jared Anderson. He go fight Martin McCauley, a man that done been around the block a few times. Go out there and get his ass demolished. You know what I'm saying? We just had Benavidez go out there and beat Morrell. Morrell was a young gun out there, bumping his guns and shit. We believe in it. We rolling with him. He a 5 on the pedigree scale. Let's give him a shot. But he went out there and fought a more experienced man, and the experience won the day. You know what I'm saying? It's been a few more. It was a while back. We had Gabriel Maestre. He had fought this guy, this youngster. I can't remember his name, man. I know Napoleon. He was like, man, this might be too much for the youngster to fight Gabriel Maestre this early. And Maestre went out there and stopped that boy in like 2-3 rounds. You know what I'm saying? I can't remember that kid name though. Maybe a young prospect, but they put him off in there with Gabriel Maestre and got him fucked up. So I was like, man, maybe somebody done told him like, man, hey, turkey out of sheep might get you fucked up over here, man. You going against somebody that got the pedigree and the experience over you. A motherfucker that's been fighting since he like 7 years old, fought all around the world, AIBA World Championships, Olympics, winning gold medals and silver medals and all kind of shit. And in the pros, he got more experience than you fighting at the top of the division and shit like that. They might have been like, man, we might need to go ahead and pump the brakes a little bit and take a step back. Because it seemed like these type of risks ain't been paying off for motherfuckers. How many youngsters that we've been seeing that take the chance against the more experienced guy coming out on top? Them motherfuckers been losing.
It ain't been often. But, seeing that I'm in the mood of being one of those fans that just pointing fingers, I don't have to blame you. It's your fault. Because if they heard that anywhere, they heard it come out your mouth. turkey out of shape, gonna get one of the youngsters fucked up. He gonna put that money up. They gonna see that money, run their ass out there, run up against some experience, get their ass beat. Paraphrasing, but that's pretty much what you see. Now, Floyd Schofield then might have accidentally slipped up on our channel and say, what's this? Oh, this boy here making sense. Shakur do got some experience. He is a silver medalist Olympian. He internationally whooping ass all around the world. Hey, Dad. Yeah, son. You sure that this is what we supposed to be doing? Don't worry about it, son. You get close, break his nose, break his jaw. We got this. I got a plan. Okay, I'm going with it. As time go on, he steady talking shit. Next thing you know, you got to fight. Wait, what? Yeah, y'all got to fight. Now, what you gonna do? Could be one of those situations of I done got so scared, my stomach I just don't know what to do with myself. I don't know. He say the man is very, 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 is very, 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 has a very, very, very vivid imagination. That's a hell of an imagination to imagine that the police showed up with a gun. The last thing I want to be imagining is that the police showed up on a drug charge at that. My boy said the police showed up and said they got reports they were harboring kids. Oh no, we don't want to play with the kids. That's too much. That's too much.
Big E in the building. Salute, OG.
What's up, big bro?
And D-Lo got the answer. He said it was Trayvon Marshall. That's the dude that fought against Gabriel Maestro and got his ass whooped. There was actually another fight with Scrappy Ramirez that we lost our money on. We won money the first time because he had fought against David Jimenez, Medallita. That's one of my favorite fighters. And he went out there and beat Scrappy and got the money for us. So he came back and he fought a 3.5, a youngster that didn't have a lot of experience. He went out there and beat the youngster, broke him down and beat him up. You know what I'm saying? So that's another example, man. I'm telling you, if I sit here long enough, I might can come up with about 10, 12 examples of the youngsters that's been biting off more than they can chew early on. And we applaud them for it. Don't get me wrong. You know, we applaud fighters for taking a chance and putting it all on the line. But at the same time, I like to look at statistics and I like to look at data. And the data is showing that the motherfuckers losing.
True.
That's what it's showing.
And we're not mad at Morel. Morel went out there. He fought the Mexican monster, David Benavidez. He fought a good fight. But the experience did play out. I wasn't mad at that fight. I was satisfied. You know, he went out there and made a decent showing of himself. And I believe he'll be a champion somewhere down the line. I don't think the same thing for Jared Anderson. He out of there. He's out of there, as far as I'm concerned.
He out of there. The only one that I can think of is Bam. Bam, he came on the scene. He fought against Carlos Cuadras and he fought against Soran Visai. You know, he was a youngster, didn't have a lot of experience, especially fighting on that level. And he did go out there and get the win. But I would say those guys were pretty over the hill, though. It ain't like he fought some experienced, grizzled veterans that were still in the prime. You know what I'm saying? Like Quadras and Soran Visai, them motherfuckers having wars. So they taking years off of their career. And they was already getting older. So I think Bam, he got an opportunity to fight some softened up versions of those guys. If he would have did what he did, let's say 7 years ago or 6 years ago or something, he might have lost them motherfucking fights. You know, I'm not trying to discourage the fighters from doing that shit. I'm just looking at the data for us, like when we make picks and shit, so we can get our picks right. You know what I'm saying? And plus we can stay away from bad bets. Like I told you, we lost money against Scrappy Ramirez. I'm getting this information now. I ain't taking them bets no more. We also lost money because we took Morel over Benavidez. So I'm just trying to learn to avoid them losses like that. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Oh, I will say another one. Maurice Bradis versus Opataya. Opataya was kind of in a similar situation, but he shined like new money. He got the job done, did what he had to do, and won the fight. So there are examples of both happening. Like sometimes the young prospect, he'll shine like new money, like Jao Opataya, but most of the time he don't shine like new money. He'll be out there looking like Jared Anderson and Trayvon Marshall and shit.
Right. Did I say what's up to Big Bro? I did. Hyphy said they claimed that Shakur had a spy in the camp. I'm gonna touch on that because he was saying that during the time of the cocaine and all that. Champ Ross said Schofield Senior will pull out versus Casper. He wants no smoke. Damn, I didn't even know Champ Ross would talk like that. He said Schofield Jr. needs to come out and speak up for himself. We got to hear it. Yeah, because he also said he don't believe Schofield Jr. would fly out there and train. He wouldn't. Wait, I find it hard to believe that he trained and flew out there to do this. It makes no sense. Those youngsters, Champ Ross, sometimes these youngsters, well, a lot of times these youngsters do stuff that just makes no sense. But I'm with you. I would like to hear from him, not his dad. I would like to hear from the boxer and see what he has to say or what he wants to say. If you come out talking like his dad, then I don't really know what to say about that. Bruce Gas, Jazz Boxing and more is in the building. What's going on, Bruce? Bruce be having some good interviews on his channel. Some good interviews. He said Benavidez said he would break Morel's jaw, but in the post fight he looked like a cross between Forrest Whitaker and a deformed face dude from the Goonies. Well, it was a good fight, and I think they end up gaining a lot of respect for each other. Trey X gave me a view through the window of when people fight hard like that, they end up being best friends. Like I said, I noticed them tap hands, tap gloves. I think it was after the 8th or 9th round where they had put in some pretty good work, and I was like, oh, they tapping gloves. They, I could see the respect earned there. So, he might didn't break the jaw, but he still got to win with the experience. Something that I just want to hear from Schofield. Other than his dad saying his stomach hurt or any more near misses of going to prison, somebody said that he was a convicted felon already, so it wasn't going to be no second chance for that. His ass had to go out there.
Come on, man.
I'm trying to see who said it. I think it was D-Lo.
He a convicted felon already, and they let him go on some cocaine?
I'm just saying.
We about to really believe that?
Now we ain't believing it. That's why we was talking, making, and saying, dude, who weaponizes the police like that? I did touch on the Rolly situation with the girl that he's supposed to have did it, but I was glad that he came out of that all right. It has been some pretty soap opera ass stuff going on in boxing here these last couple of years, if you really look at it. And there's been a lot of complaints of so-called spies in camps and unsavory acts taking place. But I don't know why. Why would you go through all that just not to fight a certain person? That makes absolutely no sense at all. Because if it come out, it just, I don't know. These people these days, or should I say these youngsters these days in this generation, they could do some crazy, weak stuff. And people love them more for it. Go figure.
Yeah, but at the same time, though, I mean, it ain't like a crazy story. Ain't gained no traction around here, nigga. You was one of the flag bearers for the Fury. Had the egg weight in his gloves, nigga.
Hold up. I was not part of the egg weight deal. What I was part of,
nigga. I remember those videos.
I was part of the gloves not being on his hand all the way.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I was on that. I wasn't on the glove. I mean, on the weight part, but I was on the part about him punching with the fist inside the where you tie him up at. His hand not being all the way in. I could stand and attest to that, but not the egg weight.
Yeah, I forgot you was on the floppy glove committee.
Hell, don't put me on the egg weight committee.
Yeah, it might pay off a little something to make up a story, man, and see if that shit catch fire. Yeah, they worked before. Wilder came with that egg weight shit, and they talked about the gloves and all that shit, and that shit took off.
Oof, but he at least fought the dude.
Huh?
He fought. You know what I'm saying? Wilder at least got in the ring. Y'all ain't even made it to the ring.
Yeah, that's true. I was just saying just the benefit of making up something and just throw some shit at the wall and see if it stick.
Well, just in my defense, I sat down and made my eyes bad looking at video and slowing it down and zooming in. Cause I really thought I was onto something. So I wasn't just making up shit. I was really trying to call myself following the lead.
Yeah. But would you have done? But would you have done all that if they didn't come out and say what they said though?
I actually was on the I was actually on the floppy glove thing before they said something. I was like one of the first people with the wave that started it.
I remember that young Pharaoh nigga saying that shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I started around that time. I started looking into it around that time.
Yeah,
But
so you heard it, and you went and found some information to support what you was thinking.
Well, I went and just looked at the whole fight and slowed it down in slow motion and looked at the way his reactions was and what he was doing in the fight. I actually still got the videos up. They were my best videos ever. But shit, Wilder didn't go out there in the second fight and prove me wrong. He went out there and proved that he didn't learn anything from the first fight. If you felt like he cheated you in the first fight, then learn how to cheat.
No, that was a rematch. The first fight was a draw, then the second fight was the floppy glove.
No, the first fight was the floppy glove.
No, it wasn't. The first fight, nigga. The first fight
was the floppy glove.
Listen,
because
the first fight, the first fight, Fury was doing well, kinda, and Wilder dropped the man late in the fight. Fury got up, and they ruled it a draw. So then they had the rematch, and that's when Fury stopped him. And that was the floppy glove. And then part 3, Fury stopped him again. What are you talking about, my brother?
Well, if the floppy glove was second fight, when was the egg weight? Because
that's the same fight. Egg weight and floppy glove are the same fight.
I hate to say it, bro, but you got it wrong. I know that the second fight was the rematch, but the first fight was a draw. But that's when Fury was moving around the ring and jabbing and stuff like that. And he said, boxing Wilder, he won't beat him. He have to step to Wilder. But the first fight was the floppy glove fight.
What the hell?
Yeah.
This nigga tripping.
Y'all help me out here. Am I tripping?
Yes, I'll say it for them. You tripping, bro. If the first fight was a draw, the controversy of the first fight was that Fury get a long count. A lot of people felt like Wilder knocked him out in the 12th round. And people felt like Fury got a long count. He got up and he was able to balance himself on the referee. That was a controversy in that fight. But he said after he got dropped and he got up and he stepped to Wilder, that's what gave him the knowledge that this is the game plan that I need going into the rematch. So he basically made the rematch round 13 instead of round 1. This was round 13 of the first fight because he saw that if he stepped to Wilder, he'll have more success. So he stepped to Wilder and he beat up Wilder pretty good and he got him out of there in 7 rounds. And after the fight, that's when young Pharaoh said what he said, and everybody started talking about the gloves, and Wilder came out talking about the egg weight, and it was all in the same fight. So then they had a part 3. And in part 3 had some drama. Wilder got a knockdown in the fight and shit, had us all crunk. He started working with Malik Scott. Malik Scott got him out there coming off the jab to the body and all this kind of shit, had us excited. And then Fury warmed down again and got him out of there. That's how it went. And I called them fights too. I called all 3 fights. So you going against the man that called them fights too. Think about that. You're on mute if you're talking.
Okay, I'm back. Okay, at first I thought D-Lo was finna help me out because he said they showed the floppy glove from both fights, most clips from the first fight. And I guess what got me thrown off because when they were arguing in the face-off thing at the second fight, Deontay Wilder said he had pillow fists. Fury. That's what got my head thinking the floppy glove was in the first fight because he was talking about he didn't hit hard. But then I see D-Lo change his thing and say, yeah, it came out after the rematch. Then Lala saying no MZ. Second was the floppy second. So, okay, I'm take my loss.
Players
Shit.
fuck up, man.
Even
It's
Eric
all
R
good.
come in talking about floppy gloves second fight where he put a hole in his head. Damn.
It's
Okay, so
all
players
good,
have
OG.
mistakes and have bad memories sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. Players fuck up too, man. It's all good.
It's the gas
That's why
that
you
I
got your
shouldn't be.
family to help you stay on point. It's all good. We keep each other on point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I still can't see how I end up putting him. What made me? Damn, I didn't think about this.
Well, D'Lo just said they showed footage from the first fight, but if you put them together though, it don't make sense. Because like if they saying he had a floppy glove in the first fight and Wilder say he hit like pillows, that don't even make sense. The purpose of having a floppy glove was to hit him harder, and that was the explanation for the second the loss in the rematch. Floppy glove gave Fury a power advantage to where he was hitting Wilder with unpadded parts of the glove. So for Wilder to say the man hit like a pillow, but at the same time he had floppy gloves, that don't make sense. So it has to be the second fight and that we're looking at the floppy glove.
You know what I'm gonna have to take out of it? I thought I had got rid of a lot of this dislike for Fury, but I seen as we started talking about it bubble back up in me. I'm gonna just keep it real. I'm just speaking real, you know. I just can't stand the snowman, dog. I don't like it. They was talking about he should come back from retirement. Keep his funky ass where it's at. Usyk to beat that ass twice. Go sit down somewhere.
Who you talking about, Wilder?
No, I'm talking about Fury.
Oh, Fury, yeah. Yeah, then at the same time, he didn't represent us well against Ngannou. That's what really disappointed me, I guess the best word I can come with. Like, if it's an MMA motherfucker, you supposed to do him like Joshua did him. Go out there and step with a right hand and knock him the fuck out. You went out there and embarrassed us. Got dropped in the fight against Francis Ngannou. Got the MMA fighters talking shit, other fans talking shit to her. Talking about we weak. Francis Ngannou came over there in his debut fight and knocked down y'all baddest motherfucker and all this kind of stuff. That's what I ain't like. Any fighter that let a out like a boxer, if they let an outside motherfucker come and whoop us, I don't forgive them for that shit. Fuck them motherfucker. I'm still mad at Paulie Malignaggi. He went over there in that bare knuckle shit and got his ass whooped over there by a former MMA guy, I think. I don't forget that shit.
But he broke his hand in his fight.
I don't give a damn what he did. You supposed to go over there and find a way to win and represent us.
We knew Paulie wasn't gonna do that. I had no confidence Paulie was gonna win that fight.
It's really bad with Fury though, because he did what he did in a boxing ring with boxing gloves. So it's even worse with him. You know,
Right.
I ain't no big Joshua fan, but I appreciate what he did to Ngannou. Knocked that motherfucker in the next week like he was supposed to. And Ngannou think he got a little bit of this and a little bit of that. He said he gonna switch hit on them boy. Let me try this from the southpaw stand. Bye, I'm talking about immediately. Soon as he turns southpaw. I love to see that. Soon as he turns southpaw, right hand, right on the chin. And I think he got up. He tough. We'll give him credit. And Joshua had another right hand waiting on him. Knocked his motherfucking head off his shoulders damn near. I almost felt sorry for him the way he knocked him out. That motherfucker looked like he wasn't going to be okay. But I remember this so early in the fight that, you know, it's a lot better to get knocked out like that than to take sustained punishment over 10, 12 rounds. I said he'll be okay. But he took some right hands that were monstrous, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, Joshua had appreciated, got a false sense of hope, thought he was back, went out there against old Dynamite Dubois who had that voodoo on his chin. And ran into a punch off. I don't know what. It didn't even look hard. But he clubbed the shit out of AJ. AJ did sting him for a hot 0.5 seconds. Ran up on him and threw an uppercut from so far back and got caught. Just, you know, those funny looking knockouts when they be laying down stiff trying to get up. And it looked like they trying to see What's happening? They got that look on their face. Oh, those be classics. Classics. Oh, D'Lo chimed in. He said they showed him sliding the glove up and down in the first fight as well. But the controversy all came behind that ass whooping in the second fight. You had to put all that extra part in that D'Lo. You could have just put they showed him sliding the glove up and down in the first fight. You didn't have to go into all that other part about the ass whooping and all that. See, people always want to put extra.
Yeah, but
no reason.
About Joshua though, Joshua one of them guys. I'm gonna tell you what type of guy he is. If he in a situation where he really don't want to be in, he gonna try to get out of there. So like if I go to the first fight against Andy Ruiz, this was his first fight in the United States, if I'm not mistaken. And I could tell by his body language, he really didn't want to be here tonight. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker, Andy Ruiz, he fighting for it. This is Super Bowl of his life right now. So, you know, he trying to go out there and get it. So I got one guy that's fired up. The other guy really don't want to be here. So he hurt Ruiz. And when he hurt Ruiz, he tried to jump on Ruiz and get him out of there so we can get this shit over with. And got caught with a left hook right on the temple. Got fucked up. This fight right here, he don't want to be here with Dubois. Dubois been whooping his ass in sparring. The world done found out that he been getting his ass whooped in sparring. And we didn't know if it was true or not. But as soon as they run that first doorbell, I seen immediately that those stories were true. I'm just looking at his body language. We on Discord talking. I said, man, hey, all the stories that we heard was true. I said it right then and there. This man is scared to death of this guy. He don't want to be here right now. And then, so he getting his ass whooped, right? Get knocked down, all kind of shit. So then he hurt Dubois. So he hit him with a right hand, hit him with another right hand, backed him back to the ropes. This is his moment to get this shit over with, man, so I can get up out of here because I don't want to be here. And he lets his guard down. That's what he did against Ruiz. He got caught with a left hook. Against this guy, Dubois, he got caught with a right hand right on the chin. And he was fucked up. But that's who he is, man. It's times he don't want to be there. And if he feel like he got an opportunity to get out of this shit, he gonna go balls to the wall and he gonna leave himself open. And that's what happened to him.
That's one way of looking at it. Cause I would have never looked at it like that. I looked at it and I felt like he was scared of the boy. I believe the story that the boy had been putting hands on him in practice. Cause I heard another fighter say it, other than just somebody reporting. I think it was McCauley when he was bragging about hurting everybody to the body and stuff like that in the situation. But, you know,
man, it's one thing to hear some people say it. It's another thing to see a man in the ring, in the bell ring, and he just turned into a whole different looking guy immediately. That's what I saw. I'm talking about the yellow streak went straight up his motherfucking back soon as that bell rung. He did not want to be in the ring with Dubois, man. I'm telling you, he was scared to death in that ring. And it was just written all over his face, the way he was moving. He a big guy. He trying to bounce on his toes on the outside. And I just knew he didn't want to be close to this man. His ass was in trouble. We're going to see what's up with this weekend, though, with Dubois. You got to go fight Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker, one of my favorite fighters, man. Joseph Parker, tough as a motherfucker. You can count on him to go the distance. He did get stopped one time, so I had to downgrade him from a Iron Man to a War Machine because he got stopped by the Juggernaut, Joe Joyce. But I like him, though, man. He a good fighter. I don't think I can take him over no motherfucking Dubois, though. Joseph Parker actually is higher on the pedigree scale. He a 4.5. You know what I'm saying? Dubois, he was 69-6, but he wasn't really fighting in no major shit. I think he might have fought in the Junior Olympics or some shit like that. I think that's the highest that I've seen him go. But Joseph Parker, he won a bronze at the AIBA World Championships. You know what I'm saying? So he straight 4.5. But they got common opponents. I have noticed, like in boxing, like I got my scale, but I also got instances where they got common opponents. And when they got common opponents, that shit take precedence most of the time. So like in this situation, they both fought against Joe Joyce, and they both fought against Anthony Joshua. And I know they was at different times, and, like in their careers and shit, but they still common opponents though. So they both lost to Joe Joyce. They lost by stoppage, but Joyce he was winning the rounds against uh um Parker. Against Dubois, he was losing the rounds for the most part. He was landing his jab though. Don't get me wrong. He was touching him with that jab, but Dubois was getting up in there, landing combinations, going to the body, fluent with his hands, so he was winning the rounds. So I would say he had the better performance against Joe Joyce. And then if I look at Anthony Joshua, Parker put up a good fight. I thought he went out there and threw them hands with that motherfucker. But he was losing the rounds for the most part. It seemed like most of the fans agree. Like if I look at the fans scoring on BoxRec, they felt like Joshua was winning those rounds. But when Joshua fight against Dubois, he go out there and get embarrassed. Ragdolled in this motherfucker. So I don't know if I can give Parker the edge. I'm thinking that the type of power and shit that Dubois got, I think he a different type of like matchup. Like he tough, a little bit tougher than Parker. So I think I'm gonna have to go with Dubois.
Okay. Shoot. Excuse me. D'Lo said AJ confirmed in days before the fight as well. AJ showed us that he was uneasy around Double D several times. Not to mention when they had spoke on sparring and something that happened and AJ was like, yeah, I want my get back. That's also, I think, when he yelled out, pray for him to the crowd. So it was a lot of telling things that already was saying that he was scared of that dude. And when I heard him, pretty much go with that, I was like, oh, this dude here, I don't know.
I forgot about.
Say again.
I said I forgot about that shit when he said pray for me and all that.
Yeah, he was out there doing all of that. Then D'Lo said it's a good thing AJ didn't fight Wilder when they were both white hot. Oh, that's the one that got away. That's the one that got away. There's no telling how that fight would have turned out. But I think the loser, either way, probably would have been devastated.
Yeah. I don't really know. You talking about Joshua and Wilder when they was in their primes?
Yeah, when they were both hot.
I don't know, man. I know it's easy to say Wilder would have, knocked him out and shit, but I'm not sure.
No, that's why I said I think it would have been a great fight. Either whoever would have lost, because I wouldn't be able to say that AJ would have laid it down right away then because he was believing in himself. So he was really actually fighting. He didn't have that part of him not wanting to be in the ring hadn't started showing up yet.
Yeah, I mean,
what you're talking about.
Yeah, I remember back then I was thinking that AJ was like a great matchup for Wilder, like as far as maybe even tailor made because he was a little bit robotic and stuff like that. But I done learned a little bit more about matchups since then. And if I look back on it, I got a guy that throw one shot at a time for the most part. He will have fights where he don't throw a lot of punches. He just wait for that perfect moment to hit you with that right hand. And if that moment don't come, he might be in some trouble. But at the same time, I did see Klitschko land that right hand on AJ and fuck him up. So maybe there is a good chance that Wilder would have landed that right hand. Yeah, he might have got him out of there.
There was Eric Goss said nobody knows the look of fear on AJ's face like Eddie Hearn. AJ stay fucking up the church's money. Well, it all started when they came to America. I'm gonna have to argue the fact that I think the lights is different. Yeah, he in the stadium, he had all those people with the fireworks and the stand that raised him up and down. But I think the lights over here on these stages just shine brighter. It's like the microscope is much bigger, and so I can't explain it, but we was having a debate one day about what's his name in a way. I understand he a star over where he is, but I'm like, for that mega superstardom, you got to come here to do that. I don't know where you were that day, Trey, but I was surely was hoping that you would have popped up to give your opinion because it was like an America thing against everywhere else thing being a star. Where you go to be a star at?
And when was this?
Shoot, I just remember we was having a discussion. I can't even. It was a couple of weeks ago, maybe a couple of months ago. My stuff so tied up
It,
with me.
it was on a Tuesday.
I believe so.
Yeah, if it was on a Tuesday, I might not have been there because I don't remember what you're talking about. But I ain't missed too many of your live streams. Now that you're doing them on Sunday, that's hard for me to get to on Sunday. And if you do
I
them in the
just
morning, yeah, that's hard for
I,
me to get to in the morning. But if you do them on Tuesday, I'll be up in there though.
oh, I feel you on that. The morning thing is for Yasser. You know, I'm trying to mess with Yasser in the morning because I know that's around the time he'll be able to chime in a little bit. Because I gave him my word, I do it, and I'm practicing on doing it more than once to get a little more availability.
Yeah, we're gonna be watching the fights this weekend, man. Everybody make sure y'all come through and check out the fights and shit on Discord. Come talk some shit. We're gonna be in there motherfucker watching fights and smoking gauge.
Yep, I can feel that. I've already been talking to my big bro. He excited. He don't really get excited that much, but he seemed to be excited to get ready to watch these fights coming up. I'm about to hurt his feelings when I let him know that Shakur not fighting Schofield.
Yeah, my mom, she gonna be disappointed about that too, because I told her about the card, and that's the fight that she was the most excited about. So she ain't gonna want to hear that, but she was very surprised when I told her the price of the card. She was like, "All them fights for $30." I'm like, "Yeah,
What? That's how much they cost? 30?
it's $25.99."
That's crazy.
Yeah, for
If
all
that
them
was put
fights,
together over here, that'd be every bit of 100, at least 110, 115 bucks.
man. That motherfucker Hyphy, he put it the best. He say like PBC, they selling eights for 60. Turkey Al Sheikh, he got zips for 20.
Yeah, I remember him saying that.
he,
That was it.
he put
Hell
it
of a way to put
perfectly,
it.
nigga. They got the block sold up, nigga. $25.99 for that card, man. Madrimov versus Virgil Ortiz. We got Dubois versus Parker. We got the main event, Bivol versus Beterbiev. We got Boatsy versus Callum Smith. Had Shakur versus Schofield, but we ain't got that no more. But it was on there though. We got Zili Zhong versus Ijit Kabayel. We even got some youngsters too. Bradley Ray. He fucked our money off a little while back. I say maybe it was like a year ago or something. He fucked our money off. But he on the card though. He fighting this motherfucker. I think his last name Nonga or something like that. He an undefeated guy. I think he's Swedish. He like a Swedish national champion. We got a English national champion going against a Swedish national champion. That's the weakest fight on the card. But it still might end up being a good fight though. Because Bradley Ray, he ain't the type of guy that's gonna move around and box. Like he gonna step to you behind a high guard and he gonna throw punches. He got a low knockout percentage, but he hits harder than what his record indicates. If you look at them punches, them motherfuckers look like they coming out hard. And his opponents be pretty tough too. And now he going against this guy right here, the Swedish guy. But that's the weakest fight on the whole card, man. And shit, I can't wait.
D'Lo said he's seeing folks saying Albert Bell has risen his hand to step in for Shakur. Not sure that's gonna happen. I said Shakur's name because I'm guessing that's who he's talking about. Then earlier he said Parker was handicapped.
Hold on, don't just skip past the shit, man. That nigga just said a major mouthful. Albert Bell, see, that's a bad motherfucker right there. Albert Bell, he was like 150-15 as an amateur, 6-time national champion. If that's a guy that they seriously considering, I respect him and I would respect Shakur for taking that fight. That is not no easy motherfucking fight. He a better fighter than Schofield. Schofield is a B-level Sean Porter. A motherfucker that technique trash, raggedy. He smothers his own work a lot, ain't got no inside game. footwork trash. He just athletic. He tough. He's strong. He got power. He got some good, decent hand speed. But I've never been a big fan of Kid Austin. I said that shit since the beginning, since we started seeing him. I ain't a big fan of him. But Bell can box. He got actual skills. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got as much power, but that motherfucker definitely got some boxing skills. So yeah, that's a that ain't no easy work right there, man. I hope that's the fight we get. You on mute if you're talking.
He said MFs don't want to fight Albert Bell on regular time, let alone as late as a late replacement. And then Hyphy chimes in and said Albert Bell is one of the most avoided fighters. Top Rank released him only because they couldn't get him the big fights. Y'all skilled fighters in his prime.
Yeah, that'd be a hell of a replacement opponent, man. That'll get me fired up again for this shit. Especially if it's a grade one. I don't know if he coming off no layoff or nothing, but he a late replacement. So I guess we got levels of being a late replacement. And if he a late replacement that's already been training, already been in the gym and shit, already been in camp, maybe even for another fight, man, I'll be excited all over again for that shit. Square business.
Shoot, that's a good break right there. He said Bell been cracking lately.
He has been cracking. He done fucked me off on the Chin Ross a few times here lately. I take him by decision. He go out there and stop the motherfucker. Now, I was thinking that, though. When I said he ain't got much power, I promise I was thinking, like, he has stopped a few motherfuckers here lately and fucked off my Chin Ross pick. So he might hit a little bit harder than what I'm giving him credit for. Maybe I need to go examine his record and see what type of opponents he been fighting. Because if he got a bunch of Iron Men, then that's going to be a deceptive type of record. And he hitting harder than what his record suggests.
So D-Lo is letting it be known. So this information is coming out, but he said Ohio Runs Boxing is the source of it, of the Bell name being dropped. He also said, I think Bell just had an opponent pull out days before the fight a few weeks ago.
Okay, so I mean he been in the gym then, if that's true. That'll be a great opponent, man. The only bad thing is high risk, low reward. Because we got a bona fide 3.5 that don't nobody even know about. Like, unless you like a hardcore fan, like, you know, like our little community that we have, we know about Bell, you know what I'm saying? But most boxing fans don't. So they gonna say Shakur ain't fought nobody. Like, he done went out there and beat a bad motherfucker. But they'll say that he ain't even fight nobody that was good. And that'll be terrible, you know what I'm saying? So it's a high risk, low reward all day long. That's the only bad thing.
Well, shoot, it'll satisfy the lust. It'll keep Shakur in the fight, a good fight. But, you know, people finna still give him the blues. I hope he go, whoever he fight, I hope he be the baby world beater. No hand problem, be able to make him miss on the inside. I just want him to have a great showing. That's my guy as far as being the pick of who would be standing last between him and Tank. I said they were going to be the last two standing.
I got my fingers crossed for the Albert Bell fight, man. Like I said, he a better fighter than Schofield. If him and Schofield fought, I got Bell all day long. You know, unless it's some bullshit like a layoff or too late of a replacement and some bullshit. But if it's a straight up, I'm taking Bell.
Well, shoot, if this is possibly the name that they call and it's set up, if D-Lo is correct on the information about Bell May just having somebody pull out on him and he didn't get to fight, he should still be pretty wound up for a fight. Meaning he should still be pretty much, I guess, dare say, sharp enough to step into the ring as a late replacement.
I would hope so. And plus, he's a pretty young guy. He about 26, 27, maybe. So he off in his prime. That motherfucking fight, man. He a good fighter. Like I said, about 150 and 15, 6-time national champion, bona fide 3.5. I'm telling you, man, he'll go out there and put them hands on Schofield. Schofield went out there and had trouble with Renee Tellez Hiron in his last fight. Got dropped in the fight and everything. We ain't even talking about that. He got knocked down in this fight against Renee Tellez Hiron. That motherfucker is not elite. He got a good win over Carlos Balderas, though. He an Olympian. He came over Shakur and them. So I give Hiron some props on that. He actually got a fight coming up, and I got a hedge play soon as they drop the props. You know what I'm saying? But that ain't the guy that's supposed to be giving you them type of problems. And then after the fight, Schofield said, well, you know, Shakur Stevenson, he ain't no Hiron. You know, he ain't no Renee is what he said, I think. He said he ain't no Renee. He ain't like that. He ain't got the type of power. Nigga, Shakur Stevenson is better than Renee Tellez Hiron. Yeah, he might not hit as hard with the left hook like he do, but overall fighter, Hiron can't fuck with no Shakur Stevenson. So yeah, that motherfucker there, they just be talking, man. They talking about Shakur diva. That motherfucker said his 4-month-old son is more of a man than Shakur. I see when I hear shit like that, that just sounds like diarrhea of the mouth. Like you just talking. You just saying shit just to be saying.
Yeah, I saw that interview. I saw him saying that, and now you see. In this back to the conversation of AJ and Parker, because yeah, that is weak. D-Lo said Parker was handicapped versus AJ, and I think that's the fight where when they started fighting on the inside, the referee kept breaking them up. I think that's the complaint that he's about to make. And then he said AJ is a head case, folks.
Nah, he right about that shit, man. I forgot about that. AJ had a bodyguard in the motherfucking fight. He should have came out to that Whitney Houston when the hero comes along. Because I'm talking about when he went off in the ring, anytime he needed help, he had the referee to help him. I remember Parker stepped in with a jab, went to the body with the right hand, and came back upstairs with the hook on his ass. AJ looked straight at the referee and was like, man, did you see that shit? And the referee stopped the action and gave Parker a warning. The man ain't broke now rule except for the script, I guess. He done got off the script. He wasn't supposed to be doing all that. And when I seen that shit, I like, what kind of bullshit is this? And then there was some times where Parker had him against the ropes, putting hands on him. Referee come and break up the action for no reason. So I forgot about that, man. That's a good point, D-Lo. I appreciate that shit. I forgot about that.
So he got hit with a nice combination, and he pretty much looked at the referee like, so you gonna let that happen?
Yeah.
And the referee came and said, hey, man, you can't be throwing combinations like that, AJ.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and warn you right now. Don't do that shit no more.
Yeah.
So they go into a lot of people's hands. I don't know. Him and Wilder fighting in their prime. I see he's saying that Klitschko's right hand changed AJ's trajectory. This is the key reason why the Wilder fight never happened. He immediately said Wilder was too experienced for him, although how you say Vlad's name? That's Vlad. Wilder, Klitschko was even more experienced, which is true, but Klitschko was, old. He was the old champion, and they probably was telling AJ, he probably catch you once, in the fight, but you can overcome that because he old. I think the way Wilder was delivering the right hand opposed to the way Klitschko delivered it, was just a little more scary. And him tasting Klitschko, I'm agreeing with you that it changed his trajectory. But the reasoning, I think they probably was able to talk him. Eddie Hearn was pretty much in AJ ear all the time, way earlier. To me, he seemed like he was just talking too much for AJ. And shoot, I think that's what kept him pushed him through with the Klitschko fight. They was able to convince him that Klitschko old, man, you ain't got nothing to worry about. But I think they made a promise to him that they wouldn't take him in the direction of Wilder. By hook or crook, we'll make sure that you don't have to face him. We'll talk a lot of noise and pretend like you was ready to fight him, and then we'll have something over here for you.
I think they promised Klitschko a little something if he don't knock AJ ass out after he knocked him down. Because I still can't understand while he put that right hand on that dude and had him fucked up and did not go for it at all. I'm talking about he did not try to get that man out of there. And I was pissed because I had Klitschko in the fight. I'm over my old school partner house, him and his wife. They both like AJ. And they going for AJ. And my guy done dropped this motherfucker. I'm sitting over there looking like I know boxing. And then all of a sudden, my guy just stopped fighting and let the man get back in the fight. Catch him with an uppercut down the stretch and get him out of there. And I'm like, man, this dude had this man hurt, discombobulated, fucked up out there. And he ain't even try to go for it. So I'm thinking, man, they probably told that motherfucker they'll do a little something for him if he go ahead and take his foot off the gas and let the young man make it. Or something. Nigga, I'm on my conspiracy shit right now because I don't understand that, man. It was only like the fifth. It was like the fifth round too, wasn't it? It was between round 5 and round 7. So that means it's still early enough in the fight to where your gas tank should not be depleted. You should have enough energy to at least try to get the man out of there.
Yeah, they did try to say that he was tired, and I think it was between 1, 2, 3. Let me think. Yeah, it's between about 5 and 7, because he caught him with a 1-2, and AJ like froze for a second, and stumbled twice and just went down. It was a nice drop, and they saying that Klitschko was just spent. That's why he didn't jump on him. That was what the announcers were saying on the fight whoever was announcing it from when I watched it, that was the excuse. But
he was doing a bunch of bouncing around on his toes and shit. Maybe that took the energy out of him. Because normally he more of a feet on the ground type motherfucker for the most part. But that fight he came on the toes and shit, bouncing. Will of the Wisp. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to look like a Willie Pep or something out there. That might have been what tired him out if he was tired. But I don't know, man. I would at least think he would try. Like D-Lo said, he was a good finisher. Absolutely, he was a good finisher. So that's what I'm tripping on. Like it ain't man. He hit that dude with a right hand and had him fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't see myself. I don't give a damn how tired I am. If I catch you with some shit like that, I'm gonna get an energy boost. You know what I'm saying? Like that's gonna fire me up, nigga. My adrenaline gonna start, nigga. I'm about to get you out of here. I got to go for it, man. And he didn't. I know he was 41 and all that kind of shit, but man.
D-Lo said he dropped him in the 6th round. I'm
sure they're between 5 and 7, huh? So shit. Yeah, we're on the money.
I done lost my thought like a mug because D-Lo talking about it for MZ. It's he pronounced it bad. Cause I don't know how to pronounce the dude's name, and I ain't finna go sit here and go through all that with you tonight on that, Mr. D-Lo for boxing.
He just let you know you help me out.
Okay. I love him for it, but still. It was something I was still wanting to say about the fight with those two. Oh, hadn't Tyson Fury had already beat him, right? Klitschko.
Yeah.
Okay, so that might be the reason that he was on his toes in that fight, because Tyson Fury, when he beat him, was doing a lot of movement and stuff like that, and Klitschko seemed to be just froze in the middle of the ring. Tyson really made him look slow and lethargic, and so maybe he called himself using that against AJ, saying that AJ was a youngster, and he wanted to. I don't know. Maybe he was just dipping into that well.
I think it was more of the fact that AJ was so strong, big, strong, powerful, muscle-built motherfucker, heavy feet. So he came in real light. I don't remember exactly what the weight was, but he came in like real light for the fight. And that's one reason why I picked him. I said, this motherfucker must be in some shape. He done came in light. He done came in slim and trim on this motherfucker. But I think it was a response to the manpower. I mean, that's a natural thing. A lot of fighters do that shit, man. You go out from there with a powerful motherfucker that got a punch. It's not your natural reaction to go straight to that. You know what I'm saying? Like I always say, as living creatures, we seek pleasure and we avoid pain. So you got to go up in that well. That's not the natural thing to do, even though that's the best thing to do sometimes, because you got to back the lion up. You got to put some doubt in the head of the lion. But your natural reaction is going to take a step back and try to box this motherfucker a little bit.
Okay. I was just thinking, seeing that that's the way Fury beat up on him. Uh, he said, well, Vlad was dropped in the 5th and the 11th round. I'm just trying to help, brother. Can't have you fumbling over one syllable name. See? Because I knew he was going to take a shot like that. It always comes after. Nice little, I'm just trying to help. Then, knife in the gut.
Yeah.
So, I guess if I take my biasness out, a fan of being one side against the other in the Wilder AJ fight, back then I was pulling for Wilder, but I felt like it would have been a good fight for the simple reason AJ threw combinations and stuff, and Wilder didn't throw a lot of punches. He pretty much, he was really falling in love. He was on the road to falling totally in love with his power right back then. He said 1.5 years off. Vlad had been off his program. And off his program. What kind of program? Are we trying to say that Vlad was taking some extra stuff to be strong, and they call him Dr. Steelhammer? As they say today, Wilder would have 8. You think he would have just slept AJ and made AJ what it is we see today sooner?
We're going to talk about these fights this weekend, too.
Let's get it cracking. I'm riding with Bivol against. I know I shouldn't. I know it's a rematch. They both saying the same stuff. That they reassess themselves. But Bivol, I didn't get to see all the interview, but Beterbiev just wanted to shake his hand. He tried to dap him up. Beterbiev walked on by like this ain't the time for that. I'm here to whoop on you, and I'm riding with the boxer again. I just think that my boy he's not gonna disappoint me this time. He know not to get off the gas. He know to stay on the gas throughout the whole fight. That's the way to win. Throw more punches and get us to victory. I'm going with Bivol.
I'm going with Beterbiev. I'm taking my bona fide 5. Every time I go against that shit, I lose. I took Tyson Fury in a rematch. Hell, I took Tyson Fury in both motherfucking fights over Usyk. Ate crow like a motherfucker. Man, I'm not going against that shit no more. Bona fide 5, man, fuck that. That's what I'm going with. And I ain't heard about no injury that he came with this time. If I got a healthy Beterbiev going into the fight, I think Bivol had his chance last time. The man was coming off an injury. I think that was his time to win, and he didn't get it done. He even had the advantage early on in the fight because of his fucking feet. He had his feet spread real wide, like so where it was like in Beterbiev's space. Like I can't even explain this. I done told niggas to go back and look at it and see what I'm talking about. But go back and look at the first 2 rounds and look at Bivol's feet give Beterbiev problems. I ain't talking about footwork. I'm talking about just his feet being spread out wide to where you ain't got nowhere to step. But once Beterbiev solved that shit, he started that fight. I went back and I started scoring the fight again. Not again. I watched the fight again so I could score it. And I had that shit way wider than what I thought it was the first time. I know Bivol had some moments where he was coming with flashy combinations, but does his flashy combination erase the whole minute that Beterbiev was just in control of this round? No, I don't think so. I'm taking Beterbiev. And I won't be surprised if we go out there and stop the motherfucker this time. Because it's a chance that he might be coming into the fight healthy. I haven't heard nothing about him being injured the way I did the first time. The first time they said he had a knee injury. If he coming in healthy, I think it's a problem. You're going to fuck around and stop that guy. Ain't no orthodox man ever beat this guy. 395-5, and all these losses came to fucking southpaws. Usyk and Igor Shevardusky or whatever, not Shevardusky, McCalkin, Igor McCalkin from Russia. They southpaws. That's who beat this man. So, hey, if it's an orthodox fighter gonna beat him, I gotta see it. Because Beterbiev were running them motherfuckers out of Russia. Kovalev and all them dudes, he running them niggas up out of Russia. Hell, Bivol might have been one of them motherfuckers that got ran up out of there too. Shit. Nigga, give me that big bully Beterbiev.
Well, D-Lo say Beterbiev took his customary pullout / break. That's Bivol's ass. Eric R say, I can't disagree. I was thinking that same thing. His knee is healthy. Well, I was hearing that Bivol wasn't all that healthy in the first fight either. And he's feeling great. And, you know, this is only the second time I pretty much went head to head with you, Mr. X. Walk him down, Walker. You know, but I will always have hanging up on my little desk that I did pick Usyk both fights. That you went against everything and picked the big snowman.
Yeah,
at least I had that. I might not have a Bivol.
Yeah, you had a bona fide 5. You got the bona fide 5, and now I got the bona fide 5. And I took Beterbiev the first fight. We bet on the fight too, as a matter of fact. So Beterbiev went and won us some motherfucking money in the fight.
Yeah, he did. And you know, I was having conflicted celebrations. You like, what the fuck you celebrating about? Nigga, we trying to win some money. You voting for the wrong dude. But yeah, I remember. He ride with Bill. That's what I'm talking about. Somebody ride with me and Bivol.
Hey, one thing about it though, like Bivol, he was I think a light heavyweight in the amateurs. This guy Beterbiev was a heavyweight, man. And that's basically cruiserweight for the amateurs because they got super heavyweight in the amateurs. So I don't even know how the fuck he making the weight. I think the dude, I don't even want to say it because that shit, that might be some shit I shouldn't say, but I don't think he naturally doing this. And like D-Lo just said, the motherfucker that took his customary break. So that means he can get him another cycle in or do whatever he got to do to get the last cycle out. But I just don't tend to think that that's natural. How the fuck can it be natural? How are you staying at this weight class for so long? How did you get there in the first place? You was a heavyweight in the amateurs. You turned pro in your 30s. And then you go all the way down to 178. And you ain't got no fat nowhere. You in your 40s now. You like 40, 41 or some shit like this. That make me think that shit enhanced. Square business. D-Lo think the same thing. That's why that motherfucker talking about he done took his customary break. That's what he referring to.
But
his customary break.
Did you just hear the way it got broke down? I mean, like, how did he get here? That's classic. How the fuck did you get here at the age you are?
Yeah.
With no evidence of being fat. No evidence to look like you starting to get. You hit me with something. I didn't know he was a heavyweight.
Yeah, he was a heavy. That's why he was fighting Usyk and all them motherfuckers. Those were his adversaries in the amateurs. People like Usyk. He wasn't even worried about these little old bitty puppy motherfuckers, runts of the litter motherfuckers compared to him. I'm telling you, if they were football player, this nigga, he'll go to Alabama and them other motherfuckers be in South Florida somewhere. Some shit like that. UCF, they'll be in Central Florida or something. They not on the same level as far as athleticism. There ain't gonna never be a time that Beterbiev can't punk and bully Bivol. Bivol, he can come off with his combinations and make it look good and all that kind of shit, but he gonna be defensive. He got to be defensive. He ain't got no choice. He ain't about to step to this dude and put hands on him. Man, they all scared of this man. He won't even look at Beterbiev. Somebody asked him, why you don't never look at him? I didn't even wait around for the fucking response. I should have waited to see what he was gonna say. I just saw it in the foreshadowing that he was gonna be asked this question, but I didn't wait for it. I need to go back and find that so I can see what he say. Cause like he don't even want to look at this man. He's scared of this dude, man.
Yeah, I
And,
want to know what he say too.
and the motherfucker he say, like he wasn't satisfied with himself in the first fight. He should have done more and all this kind of stuff. So I guess he feel like if we just throw a few more combinations, that's gonna be all it take. But that's gonna use more energy too. He actually got a fucking stamp as an Iron Man against Better Be. The first man to ever go the distance against him. That takes tremendous toughness and tremendous stamina. So now, in order to win the fight, you're gonna have to sacrifice some of this stamina because you're gonna have to get off some of these punches. If this dude is chasing you around the ring, making you use energy, you throwing combinations, and he wear you down, this could be a KO 9. Well, we're gonna see.
I ain't looking for no KOs to be coming out.
Hey, rematches just I picked Better Be by decision on the Champ Ross to be transparent about that. But rematches just have funny things that happen to them sometimes. But I will say here lately, rematches have been going pretty much like the first fight. The guy that won the first time, he went in the second time. The method of victory been the same for the most part. So I went on ahead and took Bevel by decision. The first time was a split decision. I took a majority decision just to change it up a little bit. But yeah, that's what I'm rolling with.
You mean Better Be it?
I mean, that's what I meant. Better Bees. I'll be fucking up sometime. But yeah, Better Bees is who I'm taking.
Or maybe that's just a future mistake. The universe letting me know that I'm on the right side this time.
Well, Freudian slip or some shit.
Yeah.
Nah, we're gonna go with this Freudian pedigree scale, Bonafide 5. We're gonna see how that go.
See, I remember Bibble throwing it straight and bouncing back off Better Be like he was the one getting hit. Yeah, okay. And Better Be looks like a compacted heavyweight. Say they have the best nutritional wing chemist in the world over there.
Who said that shit?
D-Lo.
Yeah.
Then Eric R follows up with ain't enough tainted meat in Mexico for Canelo to think about seeing Better Be. What? Who? What? Ain't nobody even thinking that Canelo want any parts of that dude.
And luckily, Better Be say he ain't even interested in fighting Canelo.
That's real. I could respect that. He probably feel like that dude ain't got nothing for me, and y'all know. Y'all seen what Bibble did to him, and Bibble ain't. Bibble pretty damn good.
I hate to get on my guy Bibble like that though, because Bibble did hold me down in the Canelo fight, and I'll always appreciate him for that. But man, I don't know about this Better Be guy though. I think his best chance was the first fight.
Well, I gotta ride it out because he said when they asked him, I have to work on me. I got to get me better. I got to do this. I got to do that. I didn't learn nothing about him. He ain't do nothing special. It's me. It's all about how I didn't do what I needed to do.
I just pulled up my little scope book when I tried to scope this shit. I ended up falling asleep on the fight after the 7th round. But through the first 7 rounds, I gave let me see how many rounds I gave to Bivol. I gave that motherfucker the first 2 rounds I gave to Bivol. After that, I was giving most of them to Better Be, but I did have 2 tie rounds. I had the 4th a tied round, and I had the 7th a tied round. I had them 10-10. But the other rounds, I was giving the motherfuckers to Better Be. You know what I'm saying? I gave the 3rd to Better Be, the 5th and the 6th. I gave the first 2 to Bivol, and then I had 2 that was tied up, so I had Better Be slightly ahead. I need to go back and finish the shit. I know Better Be closed strong though, so I don't expect to go in there and give a lot of rounds to Bivol, but I think I like Better Be chances. And like I said, that motherfucker by hook or by crook, man. Hey, I think they putting something intravenous over there.
Dang.
Intramuscular, one of them. Shit.
Hey, you hit that and made me forget exactly what I was about to say again. But D-Lo say better be if it's walking around like he pissed off that he got to rematch that man and didn't stop it. And then he follows up with, Bivol didn't sound very sure he wanted that rematch when initially asked after the first fight. I don't know, man. He sounded like he wanted it to me. You know what I'm saying? He sounded like, damn. I need that rematch. I don't know if he sounded like he was hesitant. But, I'm just talking from a fan point of view who was excited about seeing the fight.
It's only one thing that make me nervous about the fight. Whoever said that Bivol tried to shake his hand and better be didn't want to shake his hand back. Like people that's been taking that type of attitude and being bullies and being cocky and whatever, they ain't been winning. What the fuck has been losing? That's one reason why we got paid on Catterall versus Barbosa last week. Because Catterall coming in there all cocky and peacocking and shit. And talking about he gonna stop Barbosa and all this old shit. He a bad motherfucker now. He done went out there and beat O'Hara Davies. He done beat Josh Taylor. He done beat Regis Prograis. He a bad motherfucker now. He coming to stop somebody and all that shit. I said, man, I got Barbosa. And better be acting like that do make me kind of nervous because the humble guy's been winning lately.
Okay, we need to check that on the list. Lala D say, hey, I'm hearing two different fighters for Shakur. Usyk Gollum, or Morocco, or Josh Padney.
Oh,
or something
man.
like that.
Yeah, that ain't good. We done had the Gollum dude on the Champ Ross before. But if you got to think that hard at who these motherfuckers are, now Josh Padney, that do sound like that might be the guy that knocked off Mark Chamberlain. I got to make sure. I guess I can kind of live with that. If that's the right guy. That's actually a fight that we were supposed to bet on because it was a coin flip type of fight, and they was giving us 14-1 odds on Josh Padney if that's the right guy. He went out there and beat Mark Chamberlain. He beat him in Riyadh season. And Turkey Al-Sheikh said that Mark Chamberlain was his favorite fighter. And Josh Padney went over there and pulled it out on the motherfuckers. Did an outstanding job. So I do know he a guy that ain't gonna come lay down. He not gonna come kiss the ring. He the type of dude that's gonna come feeling like he can win, just like he did against Mark Chamberlain. You know what I'm saying? So if I was to take my pick out them two fighters, give me Josh Padney. But hell, I'm sitting up here talking. I might be thinking about the wrong motherfucker. Let me go make sure, man. Let me see who Josh Padney is real quick, man. Cause I think that's that guy, but I gotta make sure.
Yeah, D-Lo say Padley is that guy.
Okay, yeah.
Hyphy said it's been stated Arthur beat Dimitri in the amateurs as well. Hyphy coming over here trying to shake up my confidence and ride with my boy Bivol.
I ain't never see them fight in the amateurs, actually. Yeah, that is him, Josh Padney. He ain't got a lot of power, but he got some toughness, though. Mark Chamberlain is not an easy fight. He actually beat Mark Chamberlain by unanimous decision, too. I don't know why I thought the shit was a split decision. Yeah, he beat him 96-92 on two scorecards and 95-93 on the other scorecard. Said he got a knockdown on Chamberlain too. And Chamberlain, he got frustrated and got a point deducted in the ninth round for pushing. But yeah, man, if that's the best that we can get, let me go see if there's other guys who I think he is. The Gollum, whatever the fuck his name is. Where that comment at, bro? Go back to that Gollum shit real quick. Let me see how you spell his name. I got an idea of who he is. Let me just go make sure. Musa Gollum. Okay, I got it.
Bivol was ringside at the Better Being versus Golden Jack, Zek,
Vosdick, bro. Vosdick,
Goldzek. Nah.
Vosdick, man, you know who Alexander Vosdick is, man. The man that beat the
Vosdick.
brakes.
You
Yeah, the
know,
man that beat the brakes off of Adonis Stevenson.
yeah, but he said that he got annihilated, and afterwards he said it's suicide for anyone to stay in front of Beterbiev. These are words of Bivol. D-Lo, okay, I get it. You ride with Beterbiev. You ain't got to keep bringing up stuff that right now I'm trying to make my case for Bivol, man. He upset that he lost that fight. And remember that girl was trying to cause him problems and was hating all on him and stuff, messing with his head, messing with his mind, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
And
looking at the Gollum dude. I that is the guy that I was thinking. I didn't remember seeing just no major amateur shit with him though when we had him on the Champ Ross. He do got a split decision against a guy with an amateur background and El Nassim, dog. That's the guy that Keyshawn Davis whooped his ass at the AIBA World Championships, if I'm not mistaken. But he a good fighter though. So to go out there and go a split decision with him, that is impressive. But that's all I can give him though. He do got some solid wins like Abraham Montoya and shit like that. He always gonna come and fight back and be tough. But he ain't really got nothing to write home about. The amateur background and none of that shit that I like. I'm gonna put my hopes in Josh Padney.
dang. So we went from one good name to like, are you saying like steps down? We're not Padley, I guess.
Yeah, it's a step down. I mean, they're not American national champions like a Schofield. We talking about some UK shit. We talking about Morocco. So it is a step down. But I think it's a further step down with Morocco as opposed to Josh Padney. I think that's the better option right now. Plus, he done already fought on the Riyadh card and shit. And he went over there and shined like new money on the Riyadh card. Like I said, he beat Mark Chamberlain by some fairly wide scores to be such of a underdog he was. Because Mark Chamberlain, he was like a 14-1 favorite. And he went out there and got his ass boxed up fucking around with Josh Padney. Got knocked down in the 8th. Got a point deducted in the 9th round. Pushing and getting frustrated. Yeah, man, I think he deserved to fight more than the other guy, too. You know, he coming off that win. He coming in hot. He full of piss and vinegar. He coming off the biggest win. He just knocked off Turkey Al-Sheikh's favorite fighter. That's how he coming in. He probably coming in thinking, nigga, I can win. He ain't never lost, too. See, the other dude, he done took a loss. He lost to El Nassim dub. And like I said, he a solid fighter, same dub. So there's no, it's not bad to lose to him. But he has learned how to lose. This other guy, he don't know how to lose yet. All he know how to do is upset your favorite fighter right now. So yeah, let's give Josh Padley that run, man. Give him a shot.
Well, if that's one of the names, shoot, good comeback for us, sis. Appreciate that.
Yeah, appreciate that shit. Square business, 100.
He said just pointing out that Bibble has been worried about Beterbiev for a long, long time. Okay, so you.
Oh yeah.
Nope, I ain't saying it no more. Nah.
Yeah, all the motherfucker worried about Beterbiev over there. Hey, we gotta talk about Carlos Adames going against Hamza Saras. That fight there, man, that's a frustrating one to pick right there. I'm not gonna even lie to you, man. Man, I didn't like Shiraz. Shit, everybody, it really ain't no reason not to like him. I mean, he went out there and knocked out Almo Williams. He very strong, man. He knocking out people that you really don't expect him to knock out, especially so fast. Like it's this guy.
Before you get deep, let me say what's up to Moody Trayweather in the house.
Salute. What's going down, bro? But like Tyler Denny, for example. Tyler Denny, tough, man. He a southpaw. As a matter of fact, when we had bet on Bradley Ray, that's who beat us. This motherfucker right here, Tyler Denny. He a slick southpaw. He ain't got a lot of power, but he real tricky. And he got knocked out like 2 rounds fucking around with this guy. Almo Williams was a decent prospect. He was 3 on the pedigree scale. As a matter of fact, he was a bona fide 3. He was a 3-time national championship bronze medalist. Wasn't coming off no layoff, none of that shit. And he went off in there and Got beat up a little bit by Shiraz. He did come back with some shots though. Ammo didn't go out like no punk. He actually hurt Shiraz a couple of times in the fight too. But Shiraz, man, it seemed like he just touched the man and he just make him do funny dances and shit. Just barely touch him. I'm gonna tell you one thing about Shiraz too. I don't see nobody dropping people off the jab more than him. I was thinking the other night. I said, man, how many fighters in history do I see dropping people with the jab like that? Every now and then you'll get a guy that like Charlo versus J Rock. He dropped him with the jab. Or you might get Jermell Charlo versus the Dominican fighter. We touched him to the body with the jab and stopped him. What's his name?
Banana.
Yeah. Rosario.
Rosario Banana Boat. Is it Banana Boat or just Banana?
Just Banana. That represents power in the Dominican Republic. Jason Rosario, I think.
Yeah, Jason Banana Rosario. If I put boat on there, I guess I was making it real powerful.
Yeah. See, but with Shiraz, it seemed like every fight he dropped somebody with a jab. You know what I'm saying? It just happens so frequently. It's weird. But he going against a major step up now. This ain't no domestic shit. This ain't no upcoming prospect motherfucker. This is a real deal right now. This is Carlos Adames. He ain't the most active guy. He fight like every 8 months or something like that. But whenever he do take like a year layoff, it don't seem to hurt him very much. He only got one loss. That was to Teixeira, but he a southpaw, tall southpaw. Now he going against an orthodox fighter. So that's more what you used to. He kind of tall with it. When he fought against Juan Macias, that Montiel Macias, whatever his name is, the dude that gave a tough fight to Charlo. And then he fought Adames and got stopped in 3 rounds. Adames looked very comfortable with the height. So I'm thinking the height against Shiraz ain't going to be too much for him. If we go amateur backgrounds, it ain't even close. Adames got over 200 some amateur fights. He a 4 on the pedigree scale. This motherfucker Shiraz, I think he like a 2 or some shit, like maybe a 2.5. I think he made it to the quarterfinals of the national championship over there in the UK. And then he turned pro. He said he didn't feel like amateur boxing was for him. He wasn't worried about that shit. He wanted to get paid. So he didn't even care about the amateurs. So we'll take him at his word. But if we just look at the pedigree scale, we got to go with Adames. Just going off the scale. And if we want to go off experience, we probably got to go with Adames. But at the same time, Shiraz has made some strides with his experience, like going 11 rounds against Ammo. Ammo ain't the most experienced, but he is tough, young prospect, strong. So that was a good experience for him. And he did it on Riyadh season too. Also as the captain of the 5-on-5 team for Fisheye Frank Warren. So he had some pressure on him. But it kind of looked like we got a guy that's ascending. Hamza Shiraz almost looked like he up next. And that's what I'm afraid of. Like if I wanted to take Adames, I don't want to go against the dude that's up next. And it seemed like whatever Shiraz hit you with, it hurt. But we did put a bet on the fight to go the distance. You know what I'm saying? Because Adames is very tough. This is a step up for Shiraz. I took a chance at the fight going the distance. We got 23 to 20 odds. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that one, man.
It's gonna be a good one. Eric R says Shiraz probably be working out with the Persian clubs. That's probably why he got that where he got that power from. And then he called Jason Rosario Banana Shake.
Yeah, what's the name of them damn clubs they be using, man? Like that wrestler back in the day used to have them big ass clubs. He be spinning all behind his head and shit. I think they do that in Turkey or something where it make them real strong. I think that's what he's talking about.
I don't know what the name of those clubs are.
I want to say the Sheik or something like that. That was a wrestler back in the day. He had like a mustache.
The Iron Sheik.
The Iron Sheik. Yeah, he had them. Them things he used. Them poles he had. That he was spinning behind his neck and behind his head and shit. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. I know the Iron Sheik, but I don't know what the name of those. I can't recall the name of those poles for anything.
Yeah,
but I do remember being a wee lad watching the Iron Sheik. Big brother sitting there crunk as hell.
Yeah, see, when it comes to Hamza Saras, he just got that frame. That's why he got so much power. He built like Tommy Hearns. He built like Vernon Forrest. He built like Deontay Wilder. He got like that ectomorph frame, and he has kinetic chain. Well, I forgot I got corrected about this. Kinematic chain flexibility. And that's why he has so much power. That's why you see the wiry guys like that. They hit harder than anybody. They hit way harder than a compact muscular guy. Give me the dude with the kinematic chain flexibility. I used to call it kinetic chain flexibility, but a motherfucker that's actually into I think he said he was a physicist. He came to our channel and told us that it was kinematic chain, but we was on the right track. But yeah, them fighters that's built like that, they have that power. And Saras is one of them guys. He hit you with shots, they don't even look that hard. And motherfuckers falling down. He hitting them with the jab and they falling down.
Okay. Eric Carr said they call Persian clubs. He said that's what the name of them are.
Okay. I ain't know it was a generic ass name like that. I thought he had a special name.
It looked like he said Meals are the name of the clubs. MEELS.
Okay.
And Lala D said Shakur needs to just beat his ass. Whoever he fights, then talk big shit to Schofield Sr.
Unfortunately, it's another high risk, low reward fight. See, the good thing about Schofield is that he had a dad that's been running his mouth and got all the casuals and all the boxing fans' attention. Josh Padley, he ain't gonna move the needle on nobody, except for us, because we know what he did. We know what he did to Mark Chamberlain, and we understand who Mark Chamberlain is. Mark Chamberlain, a good fighter. So Shakur, he'll get credit from us, just like if he was to fight Joe Cordina. We was gonna give him credit. We understand Joe Cordina, an Olympian. The motherfucker went out there and stopped that Awata motherfucker, whatever his name is, that Japanese fighter knocked him on his ass. He went out there and beat Rock him off. We understand what he represents. See, but most boxing fans don't know shit about boxing. They don't even know who the fuck these fighters are. So if Shakur go out there and beat the brakes off Josh Padley, he ain't gonna even get no credit, man. And if he do talk his shit, they gonna say it's corny. Cause how you gonna talk shit like that and you coming off a Josh Padley win? That's what they gonna say. He only got 4 knockouts. He a nobody. He ain't that good. He this, he that. You know how they are, man. So that's the only thing I feel bad about for Shakur.
Well, we can't really feel bad for him. He be talking his talk. He just had a bad showing. But we know what he's capable of. That's why we ride with him. I know that's why I ride with him. That's the baby world beater. I ain't overlooking none of his wins. You win however you win. However he wins is how he win. I ain't finna downgrade him for how he win.
I'm talking about the rest of the boxing community though. We got a good community. So like whenever I say shit, I ain't even pertaining that shit to us. Because I know how we get down. You know what I'm saying? We gonna whoop their ass. Like we go head to head on. I ain't putting no community over our community. You know, we agree on a lot of shit, but sometimes we disagree. It's cool, nigga. We disagree and move on. And we gonna whip your ass in the Champ Ross and we gonna top 10, top 5. We gonna win first place. We gonna do all kind of shit, nigga. We can bet on sports and win consistently. It might not be another group of people on all of YouTube that can say that shit, that they can win betting on sports for 3 straight years. So I know we different. We built different. I be looking at Yasser, nigga. Me and Yasser, we more like Joseph and M. Hotep in this motherfucker. If y'all know anything about Egyptian history, that's me and Yasser, nigga. I'm the architect, nigga. Yeah, we got a bad community. But the rest of these Rudy Poo motherfuckers, they don't know enough to give the man credit for the wins. You know what I'm saying? You think they really know who Josh Padley is, bro? Hell, they barely know who Schofield is. They only know who he is because of his dad. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think the average casual fan and the average boxing fan that think they hardcore, but they really ain't, they not gonna give Shakur no credit. But thankfully he got us and we'll give him some credit.
Here. Eric R. is educating us on the Persian warriors used to wield heavy swords and shields. I don't know why I say swords because I always say swords when I grew up. Swords and shields but the clothing was light. Meals with meals and what they used to balance strength and techniques.
All right, yeah. Appreciate the history lesson, my brother.
Yeah, because I really gave no thought to what they carried and fought with. He just threw something out there for me to make me say, well, okay. He said Shiraz whooped his boy Williams, that dude the killer.
Yeah, he whooped Ammo. That was a good prospect. That was a good fight.
Who Caleb Smith fighting? It's not Caleb Smith. Is he
Callum
No,
Smith, he
it's
fighting against
Callum.
Joshua Boatsy. He fighting against the dude that's with Virgil Hunter, the Olympic bronze medalist. He went out there in his last fight and he beat Willie. Uh, what the fuck is that dude name, man? He from Ireland. He a 5 on the pedigree scale. He took a loss to Lennox Clark. Uh, Willie Hutchinson. His last fight, he beat Willie Hutchinson. It was a 4.5 versus a 5. A 4.5 Olympian versus a 5 AIBA World Championship motherfucker, and the Olympian came out on top. I'm seeing that too. It looked like the Olympics might got the advantage over the AIBAs. Cause I saw the same thing when I saw the Golden Boy fighter, the Southpaw that got the stoppage over what's that motherfucker name? The dude that do the Ric Flair.
Oh, Blair Clark.
Yeah, he got a win over
Blair
Blair the
Clark.
Flair. Damn, what's that dude name, man? The Olympian. He got his ass whooped by the dude, Victor Santillan. Santillan beat the brakes off of him. Not Victor Santillan, it was Giovanni Santillan. I can't think of the dude, but he
He
fought
the
a
one that
guy.
knocked out Blair Clark?
He knocked out Blair Cobbs in 9 rounds.
I know who you
The
talking about.
Mexican, from Golden Boy.
I know who you talking about, but I can't remember his name because I remember laughing. Roca.
Alexis Roker, there we go. Yeah, he had took a loss to Speedy Ellis and shit like that, but he a good fighter. See, but he had a fight recently where he fought this dude named Raul Curiel, and we put our money on Curiel, and it ended up being a draw. We got our money back though because it was a draw on Bovada. They give us our money back. On Bet US, they ain't gonna give us our money back, so keep that in mind. But when I saw the Olympian and Roca go against Curiel, the AIBA World Championship guy, the Olympian had the distinct advantage in that fight. They ruled it a draw, but Roca deserved to win that fight. You know, so I'm seeing a little bit of evidence that the Olympics, they got a little edge over the AIBAs.
Especially if you got experience. The Olympics is a pretty big stage, in my opinion. That's a grand stage to be on. And to medal, yeah, you got a lot of eyes and stuff on you. You pretty much ready for that upper epsilon. As soon as the lights come on, you ready for what it is.
But always keep in mind too, on a general level, anytime you hear games, you take that over anything. You know what I'm saying? So like you got the Olympic Games, right? And you got the AIBA World Championships. You lean towards the games. If you have the Pan American Championships and the Pan American Games, go to the Pan American Games. Asian Championship, Asian Games. European Championship, European Games. African Championships, African Games. Always lean towards the games. And I see it playing out in real time. Like when I see the Olympian going against the AIBA World Championship guy. The games definitely do have a edge.
Is it a combination of competition coming from more corners of the continent, or what?
I don't know exactly what the fuck it is. I just see the data. Like I see a guy, he win gold in the Pan American Championships, but he win bronze in the Pan American Games, or he make it to the quarterfinals or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I see people perform significantly better in the championships than they do in the games. Like I see a guy from England or something. He'll go to the European Championships and win silver. He'll go to the European Games and be out in the fucking quarterfinals. You know what I'm saying? Like that is a routine thing that I see. And sometimes you'll get special guys that win gold and all that shit, and those just be the world beaters. Andy Cruz type motherfucker. You don't give a damn if it's the Pan American Championships or the Pan American Games. He don't give a fuck if it's the AIBA World Championships or the Olympic Games. He don't give a damn. He's coming to get gold. But for the more normal fighters that's not as special, I see them perform significantly better in the championships than the games. You're on mute if you're talking.
Damn, I had thought I came in right on time. I had followed you up perfectly. But I was gonna say I take away from that, the games would be more strenuous. I guess you could say this is more the cream of the crop. We just skimmed the cream over here. This pot is full of cream. And we just wait for y'all to float to the top. Once you get over here, that's where the real technique and challenges are.
They got some talent in all that shit. Like if you see a guy that went to the European Championships and he did well, that's a man that you can bet your money on. We done got our money on many Asian championships and whatever. Those are good fighters. It just seemed like in the games the temperature is turned up just a little bit higher, and I don't know exactly what it is because a lot of the time, like they might even have some of the same fighters fighting in them tournaments, but for some reason the games is just a little bit different.
Man, I can't imagine. So D-Lo he hit every name that you asked for from Hitchison. I think I beat him to Black Cobb and Roca.
What'd he say?
No, I was saying I had to sneeze, man. My bad. Shit.
Bless you, my brother.
Thank you, because it felt like I almost blew my earphones off.
Like you on cartoons or something.
Man, for real. It was one of those real strong ones. Man. I was saying that D-Lo had came up with the names. He hit us with Hutchinson. I beat him to Blair Cobb, and he hit us with Roca too. So yeah, he gave us the names.
Yeah,
so,
appreciate the name.
He'll be saying later MZ was trying to take his shine.
Yeah, appreciate the names, man. You know, we still can't remember shit. We still got that CRS, can't remember shit. When it comes
Caleb, I wanted to say his only losses is against Canelo and Beterbiev, right?
Yeah.
Other than that, he like what you call it, the working man, the working blue collar. Is that what you call it, the blue collar dude?
His brother more blue collar than me, but he a tough guy though for sure. He a war machine. That's why I'm taking Botsy by decision because I got him winning because Callum Smith, he went to the Commonwealth Games. I want to say he won gold. If it wasn't gold, it was silver. But he medaled for sure. And Botsy is an Olympic bronze medalist, so I got to give Botsy the edge on this. And then it's out with the old, in with the new. Callum Smith had his day. He done won the Super 6 tournament. He done fought Canelo. He done done his thing. It's time for the next generation. So I'm taking the next generation. I'm taking Botsy. And I think we're gonna go out there and beat him by decision. Hopefully. Because we got money on that too. We got Botsy by decision, and I want to say plus 130 or something like that.
I have to look it up. She laughed out loud. That game came by and talked shit about boxing with us in a long time. Sure, we got Caleb Smith. Who else? Madrimov and Virgil Ortiz. We brought them up to the forefront.
Oh yeah. We got Julie Zhong versus Ijit Kabayel, man. That's one that I wanted to talk about.
Big Zilly.
Yeah, we put our money on Zhong, man. You know me, I'm a sucker for the pedigree scale, man. I got a bona fide 4.5. I know he a little bit older and shit. That dude got me worried. I'm concerned about this. But I had to take the pick, though, because he opened as a 2.5 to 1 favorite. and they bet him all the way up to a 7-5 underdog. So I got to jump on that. You know what I'm saying? All the money that came in on Caballero. And most of the time, that's a good sign because most people don't know shit about betting on sports and winning. So when you see all the money coming in on one side, it's profitable to put your money on the other side. So I'm looking at Caballero. He a good fighter, man. He came into his own. He had a tough fight against Derek Chisora. He kind of went life and death with Derek Chisora. If you look at the scorecards, I don't know if the actual fight played out that way. He got a good win over Arslan Beck Makhmudov. We give him credit on that, even though Makhmudov was already about 34, 35 years old. Well, he beat Frank Sanchez. That motherfucker might have been 50. Ain't no telling. But we'll give him some credit for it, though. The man was undefeated, even though he looked like a shell of himself in that fight. So he coming in with some momentum. Zhili Zhang, he coming in with a little bit of momentum, too. He coming out the wild, a knockout and shit. A little bit of a layoff, but you know, he an older fighter, so it affects them a little bit differently. I don't like the draw to Jared Forrest. I'm gonna be honest about that for Zong, but he did knock the man down like 3 times in the fight. His stamina just betrayed him. But to his credit, since that fight, his stamina has looked better. If we got a hedge on this fight. We took the 7-5 for Zone, and we hedged that with Caballero by decision at plus 235. And the reason is because if Caballero win, I don't see it being by stoppage. This motherfucker's on that went the distance with Ergovich, and Ergovich is tough. He done been in there with some tough guys. So I don't think he'll get knocked out. But Caballero is a very dangerous body puncher, and that does concern me, especially you're gonna be going to the body on the old man. He might get him out of there. But I put my money on Zhili Zhang. Let's get this money, Zhang.
Yeah,
Big
when you look at it, I'm like, Bang got a significant height on him, so he do got a big frame for him to aim at. It's just the fact is Zhang gonna let him work his way up in there. I'm looking for Zhang to be able to put that jab on him nice and strong and catch him every once in a while with the two, just to make him realize it ain't all sweet up in here. Don't be just coming up in here like that. All I see Zane doing right now in my mind, thinking about him, is running up on Wilder and punching him. And dropping him to the floor after it looked like Wilder was like, who threw that?
Hey, Dito said, have I sent them some bets? I think I sent you everything I got. I haven't put nothing new on, but I am looking at some Pro Box TV bets. At least one. This guy, his Anthony Cuba fight tomorrow. We got a head situation for that as soon as they drop the props on the motherfucker. They're gonna have some decent fights on there though, man. They got the Gabriel Flores kid from Stockton, California. He coming on the card. He fighting against a tough guy too, man. If we get some decent odds, we're gonna take Flores by decision. Even though my record on Pro Box TV ain't that good, I be losing like a motherfucker on Pro Box TV, man. I might should just stay out the way.
Is that
I'm
the one
thinking
Paulie
about it.
Marginality be talking on?
Yeah, man, that's really that's my favorite commenting group. Him and Chris Algieri. I love Pro Box TV fight cards. They have action fights. This they have some integrity. They have good matchmaking, excellent matchmaking. And sometimes it be fighters that you think they washed up, like the Oxmont, Nicholas Walters. I thought he was washed up. They put him off in there with Joseph Adorno, I think, and he went out there and revitalized his career with that shit. They talking about bringing him back soon. They have motherfuckers coming off layoffs like Vladimir Hernandez. This motherfucker got like 7 losses or something. He done been in tough though. But he came on short notice. They put him off in there with an Iron Man, Guido Schramm from Argentina. And he stopped the motherfucker. Like, it was one of the most shocking things that I ever seen. It was a one-punch knockout, open guard fight, and he just iced him. Iron Man. But it be some shit that happened on Pro Box TV cards, man. I love them cards. So my record ain't that good, but we gonna keep on swinging.
Shoot, the reason I mentioned it because I called a card a few weeks ago and I saw some good fights on there, and it stuck out. It stuck out to me because Paulie was they was happy to say that when you bet on their fights, you really have to be like sure about who you bet on because they fight cards always are real hard to bet on because the fighters are always coming to fight on both sides of the table.
Yeah,
And the
we
fights that
lost
I
our
saw
money.
were good.
Yeah, we lost our money. I know what fight you talking about. You talking about Justin Paul though versus Rocket Mall. Rocket Mall got his ass towed up and our money went down with it. But I'm a stupid idiot for even making that bet because Rocket Mouth
No,
hadn't
you're not.
fought Rocket Mouth hadn't fought in 2 years, but his opponent hadn't fought in 1 year. So I was thinking, okay, maybe the layoffs will cancel each other. You know, it's 2 years and 1 year. But I didn't know Rocket Mouth looked that bad on the scale. He looked like a dead man walking. If I seen that shit, I definitely wouldn't have bet. But you know, by that time it was too late anyway. But he went off and up with Justin Paul though and got his ass mixed up. I'm talking about getting picked, polished, demolished all over the ring. Uh, People messaging off on Discord. I mean, this boy getting his ass whooped out here. And I'm sitting over there. I ain't saying nothing. I'm just over there grinding my motherfucking teeth mad. I'm mad as
Yeah,
a
I saw that
motherfucker.
fight.
This dude getting his ass whooped. But salute to Justin Paul, though. And also salute to Pro Box TV because they just have a gladiator den that is making tough motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like the Nicholas Floss guy. He putting together some shit over there. We it's a fight. It was a fighter, a Mexican fighter that had 3 names. Uh Luis Alberto Lopez. It was some shit like that, man. He had 3 names. He fought this motherfucker. I think his name Angelo Leo. We bet on the fight. We took it by decision and we lost because he knocked this motherfucker out. But Angelo Leo, he had been on Pro Box getting his skills together. Then he get the call to go fight against Luis Alberto Lopez on the top rank card. And he was ready, nigga. He been over there iron sharpen iron on Pro Box TV. And when he got the call, he was ready. And he went in there and whooped his motherfucking ass. So Pro Box TV is a proven ground for fighters. You can't come through there and be a punk.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it because every fight that I saw that night was a good ass fight. That Pordio fight was good. All the fights that I saw was good. I can't remember none of their names, but I ended up sitting in my little computer room and watched the whole fight off of YouTube actually, because my brother was like, "What you watching them on?" He still, he just couldn't believe it. But those were some good ass fights. Yeah, those 3 named Mexican fighters be like hard to beat, but for him to go out there and do that, make you like, damn. See, like everything was, all the wheels was falling off because that was one of our talking points. You got a 3 named Mexican, he fighting for all of those different, for the ancestors.
Yeah.
But it didn't happen for him that time. D-Lo said he hate picking pro boxing on Champ Ross.
Yeah, I do, man. I do too. And they had a tournament not that long ago too. The tournament was actually pretty good. It came down to Andre Kasarakis against what's the name of the dude? Damn man, he fought Willie Monroe in the finals of the tournament that was on ESPN Plus back in the day. He fought against Charlo and went the distance. He got a knockout over Serhii Boachuk.
Castano?
No, he black. He come in with the Ninja Turtle outfits on, and he be dressed up like Bowser, and he be dressed up like M. Bison, and he got like a great personality. He a nice guy too. He's the type of guy that you root for. He don't have a deep amateur. Brandon the Cannon Adams. We fucked our money off, man, because we took the Argentinian Olympian that didn't have the experience over Brandon Adams. So that's another example of high pedigree fighters with low experience going against a fighter with a low pedigree but high experience, and we lost. Brandon Adams got us. We also took Robert Terry over Kasarakis because Kasarakis, he from Greece. He didn't have a deep amateur background. And Robert Terry, he was a 3. So we gave him a shot. We thought he could outbox him. And he went out there and lost to Kasarakis. And then Kasarakis and Brandon Adams, they fought in the finals. And Kasarakis got a close victory. It might have been a split decision or something. It might have been a UD now that I think about it. But it was a good fight, though. It was an outstanding fight. They fought in the phone booth. And he just did enough to get the win. But he was a significant underdog. I want to say he was like 3-1 underdog. And we got a bet in on the shit. You know what I'm saying? So salute to Kasarakis, man, because he got some of our money back from Pro Box. You know what I'm saying?
That's always a good thing. Eric all say 3 named Mexicans fight like 3 niggas at the same time.
Yeah, they be tough, man. Yeah, they be tough.
He said Brandon Adams ass aged like fine wine in the ring. I got hip to him when I saw him on the Contender. Was it the Contender that was the show that
the
winner was supposed to get a shot at the title? And I felt like that's how he ended up getting the fight with Charlo. But yeah, that's how I really got hip to him.
Yeah, I first saw him when he was on the Friday Night Fights. Y'all remember Friday Night Fights? They had a tournament, and him and Willie Monroe fought in the finals. And that was one of the times I was really paying attention to the amateur backgrounds too, because they kept on saying that Brandon Adams didn't have much of an amateur background, but Willie Monroe had like 200 fights. And when they got to the finals, you could see that Willie Monroe was significantly more polished than Brandon Adams. But Brandon Adams, he was just tough. It was kind of crazy that he was there in the first place because it was like an 8-man tournament. I think he was like the 8th seed or some shit, or 7th seed or something. Like he was low, and he made it to the finals. And I was like, yeah, I respect this guy. And whenever I picked him to get stopped, he don't never get stopped. Like I picked Charlo to stop him. He didn't stop him. You know what I'm saying? He just tough like that. He has been stopped before, though. He got stopped in like 2 rounds by like a nobody. But outside of that, he has shown remarkable toughness over his career. He is one of the premier war machines in the game.
That sounds crazy for you to say he got stopped by a nobody. The way you said it goes, it's like he got stopped by a nobody, but the big names couldn't stop him. That dude that's a nobody has the keys. You know, he can sit down to his children, his grandkids, and say, you know what? I put that boy on his ass. He was out there with that dude that y'all want to call so good. Because you know the Charlo's going to be somebody's favorite. Crazy.
Another thing about him, too, like the variables don't seem to affect him. He come in off 1-year layoff, 2-year layoff. He don't give a damn. He still win. Fuck your money off. I'm telling you. He is one of the most janky fighters in all of boxing.
Hypey got a question for you. He said, can he hear your thoughts on the amazing Gervonta Tank Davis interview?
Man, you already know what my opinion is. I listened to the interview. I said that was the most disorienting interview I ever heard in my life. Like I tried to stay with him and listen to him, but he was contradicting himself so much. Like it was frustrating. Like one time he was talking about Teofimo Lopez, and before that he was like prefacing his comment, like he was saying that when he fight people, he not just fighting them, he giving them a chance, he giving them an opportunity, basically to make some money. So he kind of suggesting that he like a cash cow in the game. He like a young Floyd, a young Canelo, young Pacquiao. If you fight him, that's an opportunity. So he was talking about Teofimo Lopez. He said, and I wouldn't fight Teofimo Lopez, but I would fight him though. And my head just spun around in a whole motherfucking circle. Like, what? I had to replay it again. So I wouldn't give him no fight, but I will fight him though. Like, I don't know about y'all, that don't make sense to me. That you would not give a man a fight, but you will fight him though. I still can't understand that shit. But he had several moments in the interview that was like that. And credit to the interview because he was asking some decent questions. You know, if Tank say something back in the day, like he had a list of fighters that he said he want to fight, and I heard the list. Shakur Stevenson was the last name on the list. But when he came to this interview, he said that he had a list that did not involve Shakur. And the interviewer said, no, hold on, I do remember you having a list that had Shakur on it. And then he started tap dancing and shit, trying to get his story straight. That was, man, I'm telling you, that was one of the most confusing, frustrating interviews that I've ever listened to. I apologize to myself. I apologize to my brain cells for putting myself through that bullshit. Just sitting up there even listening to it. The man's not worth listening to. He's a good fighter, outstanding fighter for what he's done. But when it comes to talking, that motherfucker sound dumb. And one thing I did take out of what he was talking about too is he was talking about how he getting tired of the spotlight. That's basically what he was saying. Like when he talking about retiring and shit. Like he don't want to be put on the meme. He don't want to get done like that. So he got some fear in him. They was talking to Barry Hunter. I saw I don't even know what I was watching. It might have been the reality little series that he doing for the Lamont Roach promotion. And Barry Hunter, he said the only thing of Tank fear is losing. But it's fear in there though. And I know fear can be healthy, but it can fester and magnify too. And now it's to the point where Tank is walking around with constantly thinking about losing on his mind. And that's a little bit of mental weakness, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was a very strange interview. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I did watch a good majority of it, man. It might have had like maybe 10 minutes left in the interview when I had turned the shit off. I just couldn't take it no more. But I tried my best to get through it. And yeah, that's my opinion.
Okay. You got that, Hyphy. I have not listened to the interview. I have listened to a fragment of Tank saying something that I kind of felt stuck out a little bit. He was speaking about how long people fight, and he was like, these guys, they dads either wanted them to fight or they wanted to fight. And he made the statement that I had to fight in order to get out of where I was at. He pretty much sounded like one of those people that's listening to that. It sounds like he ready to say, I got enough money and I'm out. That's what he sounds like to me, listening to the fragment of what I heard him say, regardless of everything else that he might have said before that, because he let that fumble out of his mouth. And the fact that he been talking about retiring, and he spoke on it a few years ago before people just really picked up on him saying it now. He always been saying he wanted to get some money and get gone. And to hear him talk like that, I feel more of the fact that, okay, this dude hustled this way, got him some money, and this was his hustle. I see why it don't make sense, why he don't care about the belts, or he not letting nobody make him feel small about legacy, because he really don't care. At least that's what I garnished from what I heard him saying. It could be all a facade.
We're gonna see, man. This motherfucker Lamont Roach, he could be a truth teller. I don't have an angle to pick him though, because you know, Tank 206 and 15, like a 6-7 time national champion, maybe even more than that. He beat Roach twice in the amateurs. We had a fight not that long ago with this dude named Masood Abdullah. And we got plus 550 on the decision because he had beat his opponent twice in the amateurs. That's a pretty strong angle. If you got a guy that'll beat a man twice in the amateurs, a lot of time you're going to beat him in the pros. So I can't have an angle for taking Roach except for Tank saying he want to retire. He might have one foot in retirement and the other one on the banana peel. And if he's really sitting up thinking about retirement, he like meditating on this shit all the time. That's the only angle I could give Roach. But Roach is tough minded. He coming in on a winning streak. They got a common opponent, Hector Garcia. Tank stopped the motherfucking 7. He went the distance against Roach. So that's another check mark for Tank. But Baltimore versus DC. Lala D, she's like an expert on that region. She probably know exactly how it is. But in boxing, it's like Michigan versus Ohio State or some shit. Like that's a straight up rivalry. Don't now one of them want to be embarrassed. And even their amateur fights, they were still close. You know what I'm saying? This guy Roach, he ain't coming in intimidating. Intimidated. He coming in thinking he can win. And that's a big part of the battle. I've been looking at this looking in this dude, like his eyes and shit when he be talking. It look like he mean what he say. See, but that's the dangerous thing about fighters, man, because some fighters talk a good game, boy. And if I didn't know better, that motherfucker sound like he really gonna do it. He can talk you into picking it. I ain't bullshitting. That motherfucker talk a great game. But just looking at the data, I got to go with Tank, man. But this guy can cause some issues.
I always said that I felt like Roach would be a guy that make that make Tank go into his toolbox. This would be the guy that Calvin Ford has always been saying he's been waiting for to come across the line. I'm thinking that that's who Roach may be. But I picked Tank to beat him for the simple reason of all the things that were said above. He's been beat twice in the amateurs. What has changed in the pros? Yeah, you've gotten better, but so has he. So if I had to look at it, it's still balanced out. But he do seem like he's serious about it. He talking that talk. You know, he talking that talk that you would expect him to, seeing that they in that DC Baltimore, what is it, DMV? That little rival thing that they got going on, that they got. So it's a built-in thing. So
Yeah, and plus it looked like Roach, he lost against the 85-15 Marine, man. Herring. He lost against Herring. So that's a southpaw. When he fought against Hector Garcia would land in the counter left hand from the southpaw stance. So I'm seeing a little bit of vulnerability when it comes to the southpaws. He looked very good in his last fight against Fergal McCrory. That was on Pro Box TV. Him and his dad actually promoted that card. He looked good in that fight. He got the stoppage. So he coming in kind of hot a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like he fresh off a good win. He beat an undefeated guy with an amateur background. Got a stoppage. Now he
not
owns
to
the
mention,
biggest. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, not to mention when he fought Herring, even though he lost, he did rock Herring and put Herring on Bambi legs, and almost stole that fight.
That is a good point. He hurt Herring in the fight. That's a good point. He hurt
That's
everybody
all.
in the fight for the most part, actually.
Yeah, he just have. I guess his issue would be finishing.
Yeah, he's not a big finisher.
And
But like I said, he got a finish in the last fight, though. So he coming in full of piss and vinegar, man. The way he talking, he think it's a done deal. He's saying these are the two options according to Lamont Roach Jr. Either he gonna stop him or he gonna beat the brakes off of him. Those are the only two options according to him. I'm telling you, he talk a good game, man. That motherfucker down there made me want to bet on because they got Roach by decision at 25-1, man, plus 2,500. I got a bona fide 3.5 for plus 2,500. I wanted to bet, but when I looked at the data, I couldn't find the angle, except for Tank saying he might retire. That's the only thing I can find. So I can't take the bet. But shit, he think he got action.
I'm gonna go out on the limb and say this after I read D-Lo's point. Tank is thinking about losing because more and more fans are opposing his fight selections. I'm going to say, it's like you said, fear is a good. Sometimes it's a good fear that could drive you. And could he be one of those people that's like, you know what, I ain't trying to lose. That fear makes him just be that much more a little deadly in the fight. You get what I'm trying to say?
No, I think it's a little bit different type of fear. It's a fear of this day. The type of fear that he had wasn't available on this level in the past. Like earlier, I heard you talking about a kid that got a fight coming after school, his stomach hurting. 3 o'clock normally don't even get here this fast, but that clock is going 100 miles an hour today. See, it ain't just a fight. Guess what? Everybody gonna be out there with their phones recording this shit. If you go out there and get your ass whooped, nigga, it's gonna be on Facebook before you even get home. As soon as you get home, everybody hitting you up, man. Who is this whooping your ass on Facebook, man? Your shit done went viral. Your ass whooping done went viral. Everybody seeing your ass whooping. See, back in the 90s, we didn't have it like that. And you go out there and get the fight, everybody hear about the fight if they didn't see the fight. Now they record the fight. On Tank, on his level, they make memes and shit. And these was the words he used. They make memes of people when they lose. He said he feared being a meme. And he done made memes. So I guess he done live by the sword. He's scared to die by the sword. Because like when he knocked out goddamn Leo Santa Cruz, as soon as I saw it in my head, I was thinking 143-7. What's the motherfucking name, man? Well, I can't tell the people 143-7. They don't know what the fuck that means. But Leo Santa Cruz, he made him a meme. And that was part of what made him so popular. That was one of my best fight calls. Counting left uppercut from Tank, and this motherfucker look like he dead. The ref don't even bother to count. The ref called it off. Who's the boss? All that old shit. Tank don't want to be on the other side. He's scared of that. And that's what he's saying. So I think it's a fear of the modern day. Everybody gonna be putting you on the meme and making fun of you, and you're gonna live forever getting clowned. And he fears that.
Well, I guess you could say if there's something to be afraid of, being a meme forever on the internet would be something to be like, damn. My kid gonna grow up and say, dang, daddy, what was going on in this part of your life? He is beating the straight up brakes off you. I thought they called you Tank. It must be when you was a talkator.
Yeah, it's kind of like in this modern day, if you lose, you get cyberbullied. So that's what he's saying. He's saying, I don't want to be cyberbullied. And he just kept on talking about he like staying in the house now. He don't like going places. One thing that I think one of the most significant things that Floyd Mayweather Jr. inherited from his father was his love for attention. If you look at Floyd Sr. loves being the center of attention. He loves people to listen to him sing his songs. He want to have a jab contest. Who got the fastest jab? Who can dance the best? He just one of them guys. He loved to be the center of attention. And I think Floyd Mayweather Jr. inherited that from him. And I admire that because I was not a guy that's like that. Like when I would fight in front of the bigger crowds, that shit bothered me. I ain't gonna even lie. Like it had an effect on me. I was the only child growing up. I grew up in a place called Little Mexico. That's what we call it. So I was isolated. I didn't have kids around where I was getting a bunch of attention. It was always me quiet with some goosebump books or some shit. I got my microscopes. I got my telescopes. That's how I live. I wasn't like getting a lot of attention. But I saw that some people that just love that attention, they perform better once we got on them. Like we went to the Black Gloves or something like that, where the crowds would be a little bit bigger, or we go to the Texas games where the crowds would be significantly bigger. They perform well. They did their thing. But me, I'm kind of clamming up a little bit, my hands sweating and shit. Like once we get in there and start going, we good. But the anticipation will bother me. And Tank seemed like he's losing that love for the spotlight, because he kept on talking about how he wants to get out the spotlight. So if the crowds, the people, the attention, if that's starting to get to you, I think there's something there.
Good possibility. D-Lo gonna make us have to pump the brakes for a second. Pump him, because he said Tank is already a meme several times over. So this being scared of a meme thing is that throw that out the window. There go another one of those contradictions that you were saying about him, because he is a meme several times over for being, as they say nowadays, is spicy now. He been spicy in different pictures. You know what I'm saying? So we got to throw that notion out the window. He can't use the meme excuse.
But he talking about knocked out though on the meme. I guess he can get over being
spicy.
Yeah. Yeah, he carry a purse anyway. He don't give a damn about that. But as far as getting knocked out, he don't want the world laughing at him and cyberbullying him for getting beat.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Getting knocked out is something different, because Leo Santa Cruz, that was a hell of a meme. What's his name? The dude that Deontay Wilder knocked out, and the first thing they said, he looked like airplane mode on the iPhone. Dominique Brazil.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. Ooh, that was a real good one.
Kind of look like the airplane when you put your iPhone on airplane mode. He did kind of look like that.
Yeah, he stepped in there with that like a hybrid 5-2 hybrid 1-2. It was like kind of in between that shit. And that 2 was just like, man, that shit there was devastating. It was merciful because the fight was over then, but just one shot, one kill, that shit was crazy.
Yeah, I used to like when he do the little skip move when he throw the 1-2. When he started being planted to throw the 1-2, it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same.
I don't know, man, because when he hit Spilka on the way in with that counter right hand, that motherfucker there, he looked like he was dead.
Yeah, but that skip 1-2, when he put that little skip to it, it seemed like it just it hit different. He called Tyson Fury with it while Fury was blinking. He opened his eyes and he was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, when he got up though.
Yeah, I was just gonna say he got his ass up, commenced to try to win the fight. But why we talking about old stuff like that? We talking about Tank and getting ready to leave. I don't know how we even got on Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, that motherfucker Spilka though. Spilka did not get up. He got carried out on the stretcher.
Yeah.
And that motherfucker talking about me. He said Wilder don't even hit that hard. This nigga here halfway dead talking about Wilder don't hit that hard. That would always be funny. That would be funny forever to me. Nigga, that Wilder in the mouth.
Boy, you leaving out the stadium, people think you paralyzed.
Yeah.
It didn't hurt. Yeah, because he knocked the feeling out your head. That's why you think you don't hit that hard.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's a good one.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I got to give Big E some credit, too, because in the Channel Rouse Big E, he picked Lamont Rose Jr. to beat Hector Garcia. Everybody took Hector Garcia except for Big E. So salute to Big E, man. That was a hell of a pick.
Oh, salute, big bro. I didn't even know.
Because you don't be in the Channel Rouse.
But big bro usually tell me, say, bro, I picked this and I did it. He didn't even tell me.
Yeah,
we had to have a discussion.
He had an outstanding pick. His nephew, Marquise Taylor, is one of the most avoided people in boxing, too, man.
Ain't nobody fighting, ain't trying to fight Marquise?
Hell no, they just had a write-up on him on Boxing Scene not that long ago talking about how don't nobody want to fight him. He is the quintessential high risk, low reward. Like when you think of high risk, low reward, that's the name that pops up. He's a fucking spider web. He get you caught up in his web, you can't move, you stuck, he fucking you up. He just went out there and beat a goddamn 4-point, well, he might have been a 5. Not in his very last fight, but the fight before then. Of course, I picked against him and took the 5. He went out there and beat the man pretty easily. Beat him wide. I think he got a knockdown in the fight. Lead right hand. He just had this spider web. It just seemed like once he'll hit you and then fall in and tie you up. But when he tie you up, it just look like he can't, like a boa constrictor or something, like a anaconda or something. Like he just get the twisting all up on you and getting you all jammed up. You can't move, but he can hit you though. Like he'll let you go for a split second, pop, 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 and then grab you again and get you fucked up again. Now you can't move. Then he give you a little space, wop, 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 and then get you in the web again. It's very frustrating. If I was a manager, I'm steering my fighter all the way away from that motherfucker. I don't want nothing to do with Marquise Taylor. Absolutely not. He's tall, his arms are long. He ain't known for being a puncher, but he hits harder than his record suggests. I don't need all that in my life. And that's what they saying. We don't who needs him?
I feel you. But I look over here at the comments and D-Lo them going hard. He said, wow, the skip move became his tail. And then he said, Spicker was talking cash shit in the hospital. Or should I say, he was in the hospital talking cash shit.
That motherfucker don't even hit that hard. Why he in the hospital?
Laying in the bed with his neck in the brace.
Yeah.
How that happen? I slipped on my way out the ring. You ain't bull crapping. You slipped on the way out the ring. Man, okay, so yeah, that was a pretty good one. Shoot. D-Lo said, I thought I picked Roach.
Oh, okay. I only remember Big E picking Roach, but I ain't gonna withhold your credit if you did. Good pick. I know I didn't.
Here, God say, wow, did he do? And all he heard was the voice of heaven say, go back. It's not your time. Oh, man.
And he came back and heard 9, 10. The ref called it off. Who's the boss?
His girl in the background screaming. And Wilder said she was screaming, spit on car. Oh, man, you got my stomach hurting. Spicker say all I know is old B named Della who punched harder than you. They punched harder than that. Whoo, man. He ain't pull old Quick out in the alley. Oh no, that's not Quick. That's Ray Gibson in Life.
Which one?
Ray Gibson. Didn't Ray Gibson say?
What's the saying though?
I know a bitch named Della hit
Oh,
harder
yeah.
than you.
Yeah.
That's what D-Lo said Spilker was saying in the hospital.
Yeah.
Man,
Right.
It's been a good night of talking. Oh, shoot. We've been rolling pretty good. But I am about to call it an evening because I done got hungry.
Yeah, nigga, you beat me to it. You already know. I'm sitting over here sizing up the kitchen like a motherfucker right now.
I'm so hungry, my sides hurt.
Yeah, I got the red line on my phone. That bitch down to like 13%. My stomach hurting. But man, appreciate you letting me get on the panel, man. Salute to everybody out in the chat. Always great to talk boxing. Like I told you, man, if you do it on Sunday or Monday, you likely ain't gonna see me. On Sunday, nigga, I done went through boxing all week, making bets and shit and fights, nigga. I need Sunday to recharge. So you ain't gonna see me on the Sunday. And if it's early in the morning, you ain't gonna see me. But Tuesday, you know, I'm gonna come rock with you. Salute to everybody in the chat and shit, man. I ain't gonna talk y'all to death, man. I know you're trying to go get you something to eat. But I'm gonna catch you on the next one, man. Salute. And get the be on the lookout for the best. You and D-Lo.
You know, my eyes always open for that.
All
and I
right.
appreciate you stopping through. You know, the door is always open. I appreciate everybody coming through and spending the time with me because you could have been doing anything else. Anything. So, with that being said, I'm going to say, damn, Schofield, y'all messed off a chance to do something. It was your time to shine, and whatever happened, you know, it happened. Somebody else gonna step in your place and get that chance to shine. We're going to see how it pop off. Other than that, all I can say is thank you all for coming. And as always, I guess I'll hit y'all with something. Y'all know what's on this page. Y'all go start checking out my profile. Mess with those songs. Get the plays rolling for me. Let the track titans know that you listen to the songs that we dropping. Other than that, I'm going to keep moving because that's an oldie but goodie. And I'm out.
I don't worry about no problems, there's no problems worry me. I don't need no ticket on my windows at the end of the city. I keep moving, always keep these people in your sight. I keep moving, you never know who's wrong or who's right. I don't worry about no problems, there's no problems worry me. I don't need no ticket on my windows at the end of the city. I keep moving, always keep your eyes on the prize. I keep moving, you never know who's truly on your side. I'm a rich, old and dead white boys. You know the dead ones get stacked up. When you walk into a strip club, tossing up while hoes act up. Niggas look strange, I know a strange back. You got a problem, you don't really want that. That alcohol got you thinking you walked in. Don't make me disprove that. Now I'm trying to let you make it, my nigga, just let it be. But that devil off up in you, so you gon' come fuck with me. Now I can make it home and you might not let there be new scripture. If you cross the line, I can guarantee that I'll let that be hit you. I don't worry about no problems, there's no problems worry me. I don't need no tint upon my windows at the end of the city. I keep moving, always keep these people in your sight. I keep moving, you never know who's wrong or who's right. I don't worry about no problems, there's no problems worry me. I don't need no tint upon my windows at the end of the city. I keep moving, always keep your eyes on the prize. I keep moving, you never know who's truly on your side.
I keep on moving like soul to soul. Penetrate your mind, let your conscience flow. Like water from the aquifer. Liquid in your ocular and see your definities. For the Hennessy, take a sip. Lyrical clip full of hollow tip. Got a mic with a firm grip when I spit. Have brothers ducking mental shit.
Niggas killing me with the smother shit that you hear. Inability to stick with clarity, it's so unclear.
But I'ma need you to step your game up. Cause if not, you a trump, that's a lame duck. I'ma call you